Under the bus, Stephen.
Hello and welcome on in to this Sunday's live and interactive Q&A here from MBE. We'd just like to thank you once again for joining us here on our YouTube channel and of course I'm assuming on our Twitch stream. I'm not sure if it's on there.
Yes, it's on Twitch.
Hello,
no one's on Twitch. No one's anywhere.
That's okay.
I'm not even here.
Well, before we kick on with our Q&A, John,
it's a hologram.
Firstly, I would like to thank everyone who has sent in a question to our preset questions. That is, of course, you can give us anything, your thoughts, questions, anything.
What's the weather like in Glasgow?
Yeah, anything.
Sunny.
Hi, Callie. How you doing? Yeah, we're here live and interactive. Nothing's planned apart from, I think we get about maybe planned. 20 questions. I'm not sure, roughly about that.
Yeah, we've got 20. I know that because I did the graphics.
Yeah. Hi, Ruth.
Hello, Ruth.
Long time no see.
Hello, Callie.
Yeah, and we're here just to answer questions. If you guys have got any questions, we're going to be here for the next hour or so. Could go on longer, depends on you guys. Hi, Mike.
Like a fucking
there we go.
Maniac here, by the way.
I am not Mike. Mike is in the chat, and I am here. See, we're not the same person.
I think you're typing secretly there, Stephen. You're like a ventriloquist dummy.
Yeah. Hi, Ranjit.
Speaking.
Hi, VJ. How you doing? Just like to welcome you in. Before we obviously get on to doing the questions, we'll just give it a wee moment or two before we get into that, John. It's very warm outside here in Glasgow. I don't know what it's like where you guys are.
Well, for the guys who are in India, and for Ruth who's in Melbourne,
probably cool, yeah.
And for Mike who's in Atlanta, north of Atlanta, it'll be very fucking warm. Probably warmer than here. Yeah. And it's 27 degrees Celsius here. It's
I'm not knocking it, John. Not knocking it.
Fucking warm, and I love it.
Yeah, bring it on.
Love life.
Bring on the filth.
Fuck 16, don't do it. Don't do it.
What is it?
Don't do campaign.
Our international friends. Well, we have got international friends. He hasn't. So not as much as we have. But anyway, okay, no problem, Mike. Enjoy church. Thanks for coming in. But I'm trying to open this can.
Trying to open that can, and he's doing it ASMR style.
Yeah. So sorry about that, guys. It's very warm here, so I need a drink.
Whisper, and then you kind of rub the microphone.
Yeah, that's weird. Gianta, hi there. Love your content. Thanks very much for that. We really appreciate that. Bad French Fry, you guys deserve more subscribers. We certainly do, and that's not been big-headed.
Everyone deserves more subscribers.
Yeah, we all need love. Yeah, I wonder why you don't have more subscribers despite such good reactions.
It's the accent.
Yeah.
No one understands us.
Yeah, guy in left.
Mr. Beard.
Yeah, Mr. Beard. Adidas man, Nike man.
Beard.
Yeah.
Mr. Beard is completely indecipherable.
Ruth says it's winter in Melbourne.
It's still fucking warm though. I bet it's still warmer than here.
Yeah.
I bet it is. Yeah. Search up the temperature in degrees, Ruth, and let us know. I bet it's close. I mean, it's 27 here. I guarantee it's fucking warm.
This is great. We should probably do more live stuff at this time because we don't get as many on the live chat as just now. So we really appreciate it, guys.
I've had a few where we've been raided on Twitch, and I've had fucking a fair amount of people.
Yeah, John, I remember that. Yeah. Countdown. Hi. How you doing? Burn. I'm trying to convince John to use the sort of little flames for our ratings, but he's not having it.
Yeah, we can do it if you want. We can do Dash. It will still be the same scale though. It'll be 10 flames.
Ranjit,
1 flame.
Thank you very much. Yeah. I think what would 1 flame be?
Shite.
Okay.
Maybe make that an icicle.
Shite doesn't burn. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Does it not?
No, apparently not. I've never tried it either.
Yeah,
but that's
I'm still here, but I'm just a redneck from the south. Stephen and I are not the same person. Well, I mean, if you're a redneck, Mike, then you are technically Scottish. Because if you have done your history on rednecks, you will realise that rednecks are off of Northern Irish, Scottish origins. It's all those weirdos we didn't want anything to do with, which is saying something. Because we're fucking weird. So if we're kicking the weirdos out and giving you them, that's how bad they are. That's the rednecks, Mike. John staring into the camera scares me sometimes. What's the guarantee he won't kidnap me? I can't guarantee your safety, sadly. That's me wearing a hat. It's as soon as I take the hat off and I start staring in with this lovely polished head that I just cut in yesterday. Uncle Fester from Addams Family vibes. I can't promise you. I just like to make contact with people at times. Just like to look into their soul and just verify that they're real. It's 8 degrees. That's very cold, Ruth.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is in Australia.
Yeah.
Wow, how did the spiders survive at that temperature? Jesus,
it's funny when we think of Australia.
It's early though, isn't it?
That's the first thing you think of, John. Spiders.
Is it late or early in Australia just now? I think you're about 8-9 hours ahead. It's pretty late.
It's hot there in India.
Yeah,
yeah. John,
I can imagine it is, yeah.
As you know, guys, we're currently watching Sacred Games just now, and your main man, I can't remember the actor's name actually.
Sadiq. Oh fuck!
I always struggle with I don't have a problem with character names. It's more the actor's names.
Sadiq. I love the guy,
but he's always sweating. And when you see an Indian guy,
you talking about the Sanjay character,
the main guy with the.
I'll search it up. I'll get you
the headdress on, John. I always think
Saif Ali Khan.
Is that his actor's name?
That's his actor's name.
I think you've said it to me a few times. Sean.
Nawazuddin Siddiqui, who I was thinking about.
But see, when you see obviously an Indian guy sweating, that makes me uncomfortable because you guys obviously are used to that 37 degrees. Fucking hell, that's like England just now. Yeah. England's like in the 40s just now, which is rare for them.
30 in Tuesday.
Yeah.
40. Looking forward to it. I'll be walking in that. I will, be dying.
Yeah.
Of exhaustion. What's this? I live in Bangalore, and it's been pouring since days. When will the sun come out? Well, come to Scotland, and you'll get the same experience without the sun.
Yeah.
Ever. Maybe about 4 days in the year you'll have sun. Yes, it can get pretty cold. It's 9 p.m. That's fair enough, Ruth. I mean, I'm out walking my dog with a t-shirt on in that weather. I don't give a shit. We're hardy, us Scots. Someone asked Mixer versus Twitch, which is better? I haven't used any. We've not been on Mixer. By all accounts, a failed platform.
I don't know that one.
I think it's failed. I think your man Ninja, one of the biggest streamers on the planet, moved to Mixer. Okay. Huge deal. Never really worked out. Twitch has got a huge community.
Yeah.
Huge sort of foundation there of live streaming. Still the best live streaming website. Just platform in general. Obviously specifically for gaming. But there's a whole array of content on Twitch. I think Twitch is still the king in terms of Mixer Twitch.
Yeah, I mean,
is Mixer even in existence now? I don't know.
Well, the thing about, John, the content and the format between the difference between YouTube and Twitch, our good friend, I'm blanking on her name.
Good friend, Sin?
Not Sin, from Glasgow.
Claire
Lim. Claire, I couldn't remember her second name. Sorry. Claire, that's what we call her. I was trying to be more formal with her name.
Claire.
Claire she said that herself. She says you need to change the format if you want to go switch over to Twitch, guys. This was before we even got 1,000 subscribers because we were considering it. John was considering it more than myself, weren't you, John? You were actually
I was going to stream
doing a solo thing.
And then I realised I ain't got any fucking time just now. Why would I want to be doing that?
Yeah.
No. And you have to just keep talking. You need the personality is required for Twitch.
John, I think you've got it though. I think you have.
It grows stale very quickly.
Yeah.
I've got it in 10-minute videos, 20-minute videos.
Ruth says yes, it can be pretty cold, and it's 11:09.
Yeah, 11:09. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, yep, that's late on.
It's late. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike says I have a Scottish-English background, although we have been in the States for hundreds of years. Yeah, there's loads of Scots and English peoples over in North America. Surprised me how many Scotsmen went there in the Wild West days.
Yeah.
And were rocking about, murdering people left, right and centre. Because that's really what Scottish people are all about. Stabbing things.
Kicking people when they're down.
And shouting a lot.
And headbutting.
John,
was it you told me about the hillbillies? Actually, the phrase hillbilly comes from Scotland.
Yeah, the rednecks are Scottish.
Yeah.
Yep. They're actually Ulster Irish.
Is it to do with King Billy, the hillbillies? Is that
could
something
be.
to do with
It's
that?
Ulster Irish, Stephen, so yeah, probably. But they're Scottish.
Yeah.
Ulster Irishmen are Scottish. That's Scottish people who were rejects and went over to the island.
Jaya Dicha Gupta says, hey, can you two react to Twisted web series? It's thriller. It's 2-3 years old, but has many fans. I think
don't stop us reacting.
Sacred Games is the same at the moment. I think it was 2018 or 2017. I'm not sure.
Everything we've reacted to is out of date, to be fair. Yeah. We're always playing catch up.
Yeah,
just
we're late
because
to the party,
we didn't have a clue about Indian content until about 2 years ago. So we're obviously playing catch up.
Yeah.
It's 25 here now. We'll get hotter in Ackworth, Georgia, north of Atlanta. Oh, I know it will, Mike. You are hardcore. Absolutely hardcore, man. Please react to Vikram movie. We will, but we don't know where to get it.
Yeah.
Legally.
John, what was the film I said, can we do that one? And we can't get hold of it anywhere.
Gangs of Wasseypool.
Yeah. Can't get it anywhere, guys. Legally.
To get it everywhere. Cannot get that movie anywhere. And I want to watch it.
Yeah, so they are.
Because it's got Manoj Bajpayee in there. And I watched an interview with Manoj. Is that how you say his name? I watched about an hour-long interview with that guy. His English is immaculate. Such an intelligent, eloquent guy, so knowledgeable about the industry. Just a cool guy. I love Minosh. I think he's brilliant.
Yeah,
really cool dude.
Bad French Fry says he's got used to our accents
well
by
done.
now. Well, thanks very much for that.
You are one
we,
of the
we
few
try. We do try our best, and John will say as well. That once we,
it's me.
No. I'm going to say, once we actually, I think we're both guilty of it, John. It's not just yourself. We're from the same city, so
yeah. But I seem to be harder.
I think because you kind of front the watch-alongs more, and you're sort of saying more than myself, because you're presenting, and I think it's just putting you more in a sort of position. But I don't think you're any different to me, to be honest with you.
You speak slower than me, Stephen.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm
but
very quick.
Even
when I slow down, I'm quick.
Anyone that knows us out with YouTube will know we don't speak the way we're speaking just now. We're 100 times faster than that, and we do our best to slow it down. But we try to be as natural as possible in the reactions and stuff like that. But yeah. So Legend Gamer says, to recap, Azure web series available on Voot Select, sessions 2 coming soon.
I did a logo for one of these shows when we were deciding which one to do next after Family Man. I don't know if it was Patak something. I done a logo, it's sitting ready made. Yeah. So like reaction thing. So I know there's one sitting ready to go.
Ranjit Singh says, please watch Dawn 2 movie. You guys will really enjoy it. Dawn 2, that's suggesting me it's a gangster film.
Yeah.
The Dawn.
Yeah.
Vishal Yadar says, please react on Vikram movie. I think you said that one, John, covered that. Jayadincha Gupta says, anyone tell me how to do the super chat? I haven't got a clue. Listen, don't worry about it, man. If you put anything in there, we'll talk about it. So don't worry about it. We're not. We've been accused of doing things for the money, and I think I replied and you replied, John.
Yeah, I just have to stress, I'll stress one more time, when we react to videos, you will not see the subtitles, the closed captions, just because of the way that I order the actual capture in OBS. I can probably do it just now, in actual fact. I can go here and look pretty, not work. But you don't see the subtitles, but we are absolutely reacting to the video with English subtitles if it has it. We just prefer listening to the native language. Yeah. I don't want to watch the director speaking in English. I want to hear him speaking in Hindi, and then I can read what he's saying. I want the authentic experience. Yeah. That's the way that we do it. It's not like we're lazy, we're trying to cash grab. Yeah, we don't make any money out of this.
And you just said there, John, I totally agree with. I grew up, as you know, with watching the Bruce Lee films, Kung Fu films and stuff like that, and they were all coming from Hong Kong, and they all had that bad dubbing that always sounded like John Wayne.
Yeah.
And it was just off-putting, and I hated it. When the DVDs came out for the Big Boss, Fist of Fury, Way of the Dragon, and Game of Death, it was great just to have that option to select your audio, and I would always pick the native one, wherever it came from, and read the subtitles. It's just the way we are. We just prefer it. It's more authentic. Don't mind having to read subtitles. What puts me off is really bad dubbing, and I don't like it.
No, and that's why even the Korean stuff, watching it in the actual native language and adding obviously the closed captions on, it's just the way we prefer to do it.
John, Bad French Fry says, are you all excited for Mirzapur Season 3?
Absolutely.
Can't wait.
Absolutely.
Can't wait.
Cannot wait to see where Gudu goes. Yeah. Golu goes. Is Munir alive? Has he got this sort of defective condition with his heart that puts it on the other side of his cavity? Has he been shot but very much alive? I think it's now reaching the stage where it would be a missed opportunity not to keep Munir, because he's half the reason you watch that TV show. It's just his antics, his personality. He was starting to melt. Yeah. Just a tiny bit. He's so likeable, even though he's a bastard.
Well, John, most of the comedic moments in the actual series was from him. Whether it was intentional or not, I don't know. Psychologist opinions from Ranjit. He says both Manoj Bayapai and Gangs of Wazipur are overrated. Hides for life.
I've not seen Gangs of Wazipur, so I can't speak. But Manoj is brilliant.
Yeah,
he's such a cool guy, and look, he's acting in that Family Man, the Family Man season 2. When obviously your man passes away, I blanked on his name again. I do it every time. He's good. The guy coaxes out of retirement who nearly get killed in the gas.
I can't remember his name, John.
That guy, when he gets shot and he's slumped on the actual against the wall, he's phoning his wife up. Such an incredible moment, incredible acting from him. I love that character, by the way. It annoys me I can't remember his name. When he tips the whiskey.
Yeah.
And he's listening to the music.
Bad French Fry says, John, Gangs is available on YouTube for free. Both
Really?
parts uploaded by the original company that was behind it. Well, that helps.
Can you send that to us, please?
Yeah,
can you maybe comment a link to that
yeah,
down
give us
below?
a little link for that.
Definitely want to watch it.
Yeah.
Absolutely do. I saw where the Crawdads sing last night. Much better than what the critics said. Where the Crawdads sing, I don't know what that is, Mike. Can you maybe inform us what that is?
Yeah.
Where the Crawdads sing. You're coming in here and actually educating us. Again, our fingers miles off the pulse when it comes to film just now for a film channel. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Jayadita, click the $sign on the bottom right. Yeah, that's not for us.
Yeah, I mean,
Please,
listen, it's there if you want it, guys, but don't feel that you have to. We'll try and read as much as we can out.
Please react to the movies, Free Idiots, Dangal and Shersha. Well, the trouble is we've seen the first two and reviewed them. Free Idiots is probably one of my favourite movies from the Indian subcontinent. I love Amir Khan, I think he's absolutely class. And then obviously you've got your man in there as well. Fahid. Is it Fahid?
Oh,
Gudu?
Yeah, I know.
He's in there, he kills the character.
I'm blanking on the name.
It's Faisal something.
Yeah.
Is it Ali Faisal?
Ali Faisal, that's him, yep.
Ali Faisal.
John, 3 Idiots was outstanding. Recommended by Ruth in the chat. And the three of us actually had a good chat about it. I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was amazing. The cinematography, some of the best cinematography I've seen, and not just Indian film, but worldwide. I just thought
character as well.
I thought the landscape where they were shooting in, I think it was North India, wasn't it? They shot most of that in, and just an absolutely stunning country.
At the end, the scenes were incredible.
Yeah.
Just the backdrop of his little picturesque school. Yeah, he was just a really wholesome character Amir was playing in that movie. Thoroughly good person, selfless. Just a great story. What do you guys use for video editing? Premiere Pro. Adobe Premiere Pro. It's easier. Everything's linked in. I've got the whole suite. So that's what I use.
Yeah, John. Ranjit says, I'll let you actually read this one because I think it's responding to what you just said about Muna.
You can't be serious. If they actually bring Muna back to life, though, through that stupid twist, I don't know. I'll have to eternal sunshine my brain and forget I ever saw that show. That's the issue, isn't it?
Yeah.
Getting the balance right. You need some jeopardy. The character was despicable for his actions. What he did to Sonny Bablu. It was a terrible character. Evil, slashed the guy's throat in the toilets. But he's so likeable as well, so it's a conflict. What do you do when such a huge part of the show's personality is intrinsically linked to perhaps 2 or 3 characters? And I would say in that case it's Muna, Gudu, and I'd probably even go as far as to say maybe a Kandanand, because he is just fucking, there's something about him. He's got a quiet simmering nature. He's quite gentle and
I think
what would be the word? I don't know. Approachable, but when you wrong him, you see it in the scene. He wipes out the fucking police. Everything.
Don't wrong him. That's the message, John.
I'm glad he's alive.
But I think every television series has that issue at some point where they've got to be very careful not to jump the shark, as they say. You know, and bringing Muna back could
My
be
dog's
that
jumped
moment.
the shark.
I think he needs a new pair of underpants.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things, you know, a lot of people might accept it because of the love of the character. A lot of people go, right, you've jumped the shark, I cannot take this web series seriously now. It's just one of those things. Personally, I can't speak for John, but for me, I don't want Muna back. If you didn't want to get rid of him, don't get rid of him. But they had to have a payoff at the end of season 2 because of what happened at the end of season 1. You know, the terrible acts that guy did at that wedding. That's what people came back for season 2 for, to see him getting his comeuppance. So it's a very hard thing to balance. Yeah,
but again, you say that, Stephen, but it's all born out of a Kandanan not treating him with respect, pushing his son to be a monster.
Yeah.
So it's he's actually a tragic character in many ways. He's lost his mother. Something's happened to his mother. His father and his grandfather are despicable people, and they've just fostered this ridiculously toxic environment for this young guy growing up. He had no chance.
Yeah.
And his father pushes him into doing those acts. I know, I mean, he twists it all and stuff like that, but it ultimately comes down to him not getting respect, not getting love. I was going to say something there about Mirzapur. I don't know what I was going to say. I was going to say something that's completely left my mind.
Well, I'll try. Sometimes you're better clearing your mind.
Yeah, it was your man Sharad. Where do you take the character? Where do you go with season 3? Sherrod from Jean-Poo, I think he's gonna have to step up.
Do you not think House of Cards had that same issue, John, after season 2 of House of Cards, where
do you go?
The spacey character became president, and you're like, okay, what do we do now? You know?
There's scope there.
Yeah.
Obviously, the wife of a Candyman, whose name I'm blanking on just now. The treachery, the son. Will Gudu inevitably give up the power? Sherrod and Jean-Poo, a Candyman coming back, getting nursed back to health. There is stuff going on in there. So, and I think it was a cutscene at the end, wasn't there? We maybe missed.
Yeah, I think
there was. We've seen it inevitably.
We did. We watched it. We
so they're setting it up.
Went back. Bad French Fry says, "Oh shit, sorry guys, it doesn't have English subs." That might be a problem for us.
You know, I've did this before. I've downloaded hard to find movies. I'm not going to lie, probably South Indian movies, and I've tried to download the subs from another website and apply it to it. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work. Yeah. I remember you tried that, John. It might have been
telepathy.
I remember we did a successful one with the Harshad Mehta story. That was fine because you showed me how to do it, John.
But the penultimate episode.
I think maybe for television series it might be a little bit easier, but for films it seems tricky. Skiller says,
telepathy, Steve, you watched a different version.
Yeah,
to me and Roof.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That was interesting.
Gangs on Prime.
Gangs of Wazipur movies are uploaded by Eagle Home Entertainment on YouTube. Don't have subtitles yet. Ranjit Singh says, guys, please watch Shah Rukh Khan movie. It's
we need to watch
unbelievable, John, that we've not watched. We've seen a couple of trailers, but Dawn 2 released in 2011. It's one of the best Indian movies.
We need to watch Shah Rukh Khan. We've not seen any of his movies, not one. So that's
John, you want to do the first question?
Yeah, we'll bring up a question before
we will come back to the live chat, guys. Don't worry, we will keep an eye on it.
Trying to move my mouse into action here. We've got a couple of questions. We'll go through them. Sin's Corner.
Yeah.
Friend of the channel, been on the channel. Reviewed. What did she review with again?
It was Spider-Man. No Way Home. Yeah.
Ask this: what is your favourite movie of all time? Stephen, I've got a couple for that. I always default to Cool Hand Luke.
Yeah.
Paul Newman. 1960 something, 68,
67
or 68.
Yeah, around about then. Yeah.
I just love Paul Newman. He's one of my all-time favourite actors. Just so cool, too cool for school. Piercing blue eyes. Just get something about him, a presence. Him and Redford back in the 60s and 70s. He's the man in Cool Hand Luke.
Yeah.
It's such a brilliant story, just about indefatigability, how life can beat you down. You can appear to be something you're not to everyone else, but deep down you've got this tragedy, this sort of broken personality. It just explores human nature. I fucking love it. It's one of my all-time favourite movies, but I'd also go as far as to say like Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Movies like that, they're up there in the upper echelons. The Shining, Godfather, movies like that, you just can't miss them. But Cool Hand Luke.
I'll be more specific, John, and just say Back to the Future. I've said this time and time again. There's something about that film. I think I was the right age for that film coming out as well. I was 9 when it was released, and ever since it was released in 1985, I kind of watch it once a year, and it's just something about it. And it's, it's got a blend of humour, romance, sci-fi, technical aspects of the film as well. Payoff, comedy's in there. It's got everything that I love. The score from Alan Silvestri, emotional. The relationship between the characters, fantastic.
Time
travel, just everything about it fascinates me, and I try and watch it once. Yeah, he's fantastic, John. I don't think that guy gets enough love.
Fucking guy doesn't age.
No, he's an incredible actor. He made the first film for me. Christopher Lloyd, Michael J. Fox were outstanding, playing off with each other, but as a sort of standalone, Crispin Glover for me was fantastic.
He's the man, yeah. Mike said Where the Crawdads Sing is based on a book produced by Reese Witherspoon. Song by Taylor Swift. Rotten Tomatoes gave it 36%, but audience score is 96. We've seen that before, haven't we? That disconnect between the audience and the critics. They look for something completely different. I don't know what they look for, because half the time when they do rate something that well, I usually enjoy it as well. Yeah, that sounds interesting. Speaking about Scottish people patriated to maybe the United States, I heard that Reese Witherspoon's actually Scottish. She's of Scottish background. Kind of makes sense. She looks Scottish, to be fair. Anything about Triple R? We love Triple R, man. We've got a question coming up shortly. I'm going to play into that. There's 2 I'm answering to that, and Triple R's definitely one of them. Love Triple R. Incredible movie. Rajamouli's just another level. One of the best directors on the planet. I will fight anyone over that.
Mike says Where the Crawdads Sing is a strong, driven drama about life in North Carolina marsh in the 1960s. A crime drama done very well. I will not trust critics anymore. No, you shouldn't.
I'd never trust the critics.
You go and see these things, and you make your own decisions. Funnily enough, just talking about America, I was watching some random YouTube video yesterday, John. It was one of those ones that I don't know how it came up. I think you like kind of supernatural stuff and all that, and this came up. It was about a centurion or something. I can't remember. I'd have to look it up. But it's a town in America that was built on mines, and apparently this place went to fire. And you can actually Google Earth this, and the streets are still there, but the houses aren't. It's kind of weird. I'm telling you.
There's so many crazy fucking places like that.
Yeah,
in the
it's so
States.
bizarre.
There's full on towns that have not been lived in since the Wild West days, and they're still standing. I'd love to go to the States, man, just to fucking wander about and look at somebody. Just go coast to coast. It's just such a huge, diverse country. I mean, you've literally got every climate.
No.
People slag Americans off for not having a passport, not leaving the country. I have to leave the fucking country, man. You've got tropics, you've got Arctic sort of tundras, you've got lovely undulating plains, you've got everything you possibly need combined in this one massive country. Why would you want to leave it? Maybe to escape getting shot? Maybe I don't know.
For culture, I would probably say, but apart from that, certainly not for the landscapes, John.
No. Ruth says Where the Crawdad Sings, a 2022 mystery drama film based on 2018 novel by American author Dahlia. I can never say that word. Dahlia Owens.
Yeah.
We're going to have to look at that. It does sound interesting.
Crawdad sounds Scottish, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
That's
sounds
what we
like
call
Scottish band.
That's what we call crows. So
crows, yeah. We're strange.
Yeah.
Candles are cornels.
Handles are
apples are apples.
Handles are honels.
Honels, yeah. I have Gangs listed for $4 on Amazon Prime. That's in the US. Might be Geobot for you guys. We're going to have to look into getting it.
Thanks, Ranjit. Yeah.
I don't know if you can buy it, to be fair, digitally.
Yeah.
And maybe access it there. I think you can rent it. I don't know. We'll need to have to.
You've got a time scale on that, I think, John. And normally we break it up within the week just because of our busy schedule. We're doing obviously movie news shows during the week as well.
Sin says, "Oh dang, I'm late by about 30 minutes. Thought you guys were going live at 9:30 my time." Oops. Well, we answered your first question, Sin. Favourite movie? Cool Hand Luke.
And Back to the Future.
With a bit of Empire. I'm just going to do that pretentious film snob prick thing. Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
But Cool Hand Luke for me. I just love Paul Newman.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been asked that question. I'll just ask that question. Who's your favourite actor, Stephen? I'll fling you under the fucking bus.
As long as that's not a question coming up, John, but you'll know that better than me.
No, I don't think it is. For me, again, Paul Newman. And probably I'll fling in Harrison Ford. Generational talent. Yeah. Still in shape in his 70s, knocking on 80s. Flying planes and landing them on fucking greens.
Yeah.
In the middle of a golf course. Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
And Paul Newman for me, but there's so many.
There is, John. And
Gene Wilder.
Your favourite actor and the most talented actor might be different as well, because I can certainly enjoy Jim Carrey films, but to me he's not the best actor or anything like that. But in terms of acting abilities, anyone between probably Sean Penn, Tim Robbins, and maybe I'm blanking on the name. I was just about to say it there as well. Your man, Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe,
you know, any of those three for me, I watch anything they're in. But there's a whole list. You mentioned Harrison Ford, John. I don't think I've missed any of his films.
No.
And the guy can do it all. He can do action. He could do comedy. He could do romance. He's just got it all, you know.
He can do a western with comedic flair.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the name now, and the Frisco Kid, him and Gene Wilder.
Yeah.
Brilliant fucking movie. I love Harrison as well. Just something about his demeanour, the way he treats chat shows and stuff. You go back to the mid-80s, he's on Letterman. Letterman asks him, would it be fair to say if Tom Selleck get the part of Indiana Jones that it would be a different movie? And he just looks at the crowd and looks at him and goes, well, yeah. Kind of like, it's just his demeanour. He's just cool as a cucumber.
Yeah.
He's just a cool guy. We go into another question.
We'll go to another question, but guys, if you've got any questions, file them into the live chat as well and we'll all get to them.
As for getting shot, all depends on where you live. I've lived here in the US my whole life and I've never seen gun violence of any kind. Yeah, I mean, it's just your luck, isn't it?
Hope that remains. Yep.
You get crackpots anywhere. There's loads of people get guns here as well. And people getting shot here, believe me. People getting killed with fucking dogs here seems to be having a renaissance. I wouldn't get killed yesterday, but look, I digress. Amin Siddiqui says this: where did you guys first meet each other. Stephen, I'll let you go away because you said you remember the exact day.
Yeah, it was a Sunday, John. If anyone doesn't know, John and I are actually related through marriage, not to each other, by the way. I'm married to John's sister, Trisha, and John's my brother-in-law, and there is a 13-year gap. I'm not his dad, right, like some people might say, but there has been there is that gap, but we've got so much in common in terms of what we like, in terms of football, film, television, music, etc.
Yeah.
Just a lot to connect with there. And I've known John since he was 13 and I was 26, so that's the 13-year gap.
Exactly half my age.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
age, I should say.
And yeah, that's how we know each other, because I married John's sister in 2005.
Yes.
I'm glad I got that year right, because Trisha would kill me.
16 years.
Yeah,
wow.
So I've known John for 20 years now, 21 years now, so more than his life now, so half his life, so
yes,
there you
that's
go.
how we met.
So there you go. We don't mind the personal questions, actually. No. Sometimes that's, you know, gives you a greater understanding of who we are and obviously what we're doing, and yeah. And
it shakes on this whole generation thing. Yeah. People say, you're Gen X, you're millennial, you're Zoomer, you're Boomer. Load of fucking crap. Load of nonsense. There's people in my generation I don't get on with. They're pricks. So get that shout on. Question 3, Jamie Ritchie. That sounds very Scottish. Do you think Quentin Tarantino will keep to his word and make only one more film?
Oh, we've talked about this, haven't we?
I sincerely hope he doesn't. He's one of my favourite directors of today. There's no one does what that man does. He's created his own universe over the course of a 25-30 year span, where he can throw little references. He's just once in a lifetime talent. So I don't want him to ever hang up his clicker board. I want him to be around forever. It'd just be crap without him. So I don't want to see him having a time when he's not directing movies. Yeah, that's cool. You guys have a close relationship like that. Yeah. We're very, very good friends. Yeah. And brother-in-laws. Yeah. Brothers.
This is the thing, John, and we've talked about it before. You know, obviously when personal stuff gets in the road and stuff like that, we've always been very open in terms of, you know, it's more brother than brother-in-law, and that's the way it is. John, I regard John the same as my brother Kevin, who's a fellow movie burner who does all the background stuff on the website, etc. You know, and we've got, I think between the three of us, we've got a very close relationship in terms of what we're trying to do here at this channel.
Get Kevin in front of the camera.
I know. It's just, I don't know what it is. Kevin can talk more than me.
Doesn't have to change his accent.
Yeah,
he already speaks in a nice, understandable way. He's incredibly knowledgeable about film, TV. The guy's a fucking encyclopedia, and he's got hair.
Yeah.
So he's an upgrade on me right away. And he's a very, very tall man.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. I seen a photograph of him yesterday. He's an incredibly tall man.
He can talk. He can talk for Scotland in terms of film. He's very passionate. The same as us, you know, in terms of film. Any film, he'll talk for hours and hours. John, what was the question again? Because I've not answered it.
Well, Tarantino,
right.
Finish after one more movie. Incidentally, bye, Mike. Thank you very much for coming in and speaking.
For me, sadly, I think he's one. I think one and done, and that's him. We'll not see him again. I just think, John, that I think he's a man of his word. You know, and I think you've got to remember, you can rhyme off his films because he doesn't make that many films, but he's been doing it for over 30 years now. You know, when Reservoir Dogs came out, early 90s, I think 92 was it? You're talking 30 years of filmmaking there. The guy will want to do other things. I don't think he's going to give up the production side of things or writing, but I think in terms of directing, I think we've seen the last of him. I'm very interested to see what genre and what theme he's going to go with his final film. Who's going to be casting it? Is he going to bring all the ones back that are still obviously living?
R-rated Star Trek. That's what I want
to see. I'd love to see it, John, but not as a last film.
Phaser set to decapitation. That's what I want to see. Ruth's asked, have you seen Fall of Thunder? What did you think? I was actually planning on going and seeing it tonight.
You'd seen it, yeah.
I was planning on going and seeing it later on tonight. I'm slightly perturbed by the responses critically. I'm going to completely contradict myself because I says I don't listen to critics, but I'll go and see it, man. It's Taika Waititi. Fucking love the guy. And by all accounts, if you're into silliness and silly humour, like Dumb and Dumber, which I absolutely love, adore, then you will love the movie. And look, I fucking love that aspect of the MCU. I love that aspect of Taika. I don't think anyone does silly better than that man. So Not seen it yet. Going to get around to seeing it next couple of days. Maybe tonight, if I can be asking out. It's very fucking warm.
Just like to thank you, Ranjit, for that.
Yeah, thank you very much.
That super chat there. Thanks very much for that. We don't ask for it, you know, so we really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much. Can you guys now tell Hindu and Muslim characters apart based on just their clothes or names? I can't speak for Stephen. I wouldn't wade into this mess, but it's actually made the central theme, the central theme of the Sacred Game series. I think I can, because I think of Manoj Bajpayee's character in The Family Man. I don't know why I'm blanking on his name there. Terrible.
Yeah.
Why am I blanking on his name? Borderline dementia. He's up in the north of India. He goes to try and seek out a character. He nearly gets stoned to death. He's wearing the get-up. I think that's Muslim. Pretty sure that's Muslim get-up. And also Hindu.
I wouldn't commit myself to that personally, but I do notice obviously the changes in attire, where you know you will see more traditional clothing for central characters compared to other central characters. But again, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference between Hindu and Muslim in terms of that. But I do notice there is a difference. John,
Shrikant.
Yeah,
how do you fucking forget Shri?
Manchester United or Manchester City?
Neither. Arsenal.
But out of those two,
Arsenal.
You've got to say one.
Oh, it's like,
now bear in mind, you have got a couple of their tops or one top.
Like, how do you want to die? Decapitation or garroting? Yeah, I mean, it's both horrific.
Suffocation or drowning.
Yeah, suffocation or drowning, burning alive or hitting the ground in a flaming inferno.
John, I'm going to go
probably Man United.
I'm going to go Man United as well.
I
was a massive fan of Manchester United.
Stephen, you're pretty much wearing a Man United fucking top.
See, I think this is more a Nottingham Forest colour, but it's so bright. But I think, you know, just growing up with them, I liked them before they actually became as successful as they did in the mid-90s. I was a fan of them in the 80s when they weren't winning things, purely on the basis of the likes of Brian McClare, who's a Scottish player, Gordon Strachan, Arthur Albison. Those players were very key to that sort of team at the time. I don't want to really talk about football too much in this chat, but you're asking a question. Manchester United for me. I like Alex Ferguson as well. I think he's one of the greatest managers ever to come out of Britain. I think he's top 3 for me anyway. Now, not really fussed about them. I like their roots. I like their sort of youth setup they had in the early 90s.
92.
Yeah, something that Manchester City haven't had. Maybe they did in the 70s. I don't know, 60s, 70s, but they certainly didn't have it in the last 30, 40 years. They're more of a little toy for the billionaires out there.
Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about English football, I'm a complete glory hunter. I'll just admit it right now. In mid-90s, I was a very young kid. Cantona, David Beckham,
Eric,
Paul Scholes, Ryan Giggs, Roy Keane, Phil Neville,
Beckham.
Beckham, Lee Sharp, all those guys, Teddy Sheringham, fucking your Coles,
Dennis Irwin,
I don't remember him.
Peter Schmeichel,
I remember. They were the fucking the men, man. They were the team. So obviously I liked them, but then I flipped over to Arsenal when Arsene came in and brought in Bergkamp and Overmars and your Vieiras and your Henrys. I caught the bug with the Arsenal, so I've not looked back. I'm an Arsenal man now in terms of English football, but I'm first and foremost, I'm a Celtic man.
Yeah.
And
I think, John, when you look at that, you know, and you still are an Arsenal man, so I wouldn't say you're a glory hunter, because Arsenal, they've not really won much in the last 10 years or so maybe longer, but you've stuck by them, you know, and you always keep an eye on the results, so I don't want to say you're a glory hunter.
You've got Kieran there as well, so you have to, don't you?
Yeah.
What have we got here? Next episode of Sacred Games be coming out a couple of days, I'd imagine. It's recorded. I'll just have to edit it. And I will. So, not long.
Yeah,
I watched the one the today, copyright.
John, and I noticed that you did cut out certain bits that probably we couldn't keep in, because it was more of a we thought that but we didn't want to say kind of thing, and it was a very sensitive subject as well.
It's not just that, I'm always dabbling with the running time. You are limited. There's just a tipping point, and you don't know what the tipping point is until you upload it, how much you can get away with showing per episode. And that was a long episode.
Yeah,
it was 55 minutes, and I got it down to like 37 minutes with us talking as well, which people hate. Some people.
Azure says, watch Robot and Robot 2, India's best sci-fi movie ever. Did we react to any of them, John?
I don't think we did. There was a Ginny Camp one that we reacted to, but I don't think it was Robot.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Hi, Parth. How you doing?
Hello.
Hello
Anne
there.
Hadun, I would love to watch Anne Hadun. We absolutely need to watch it.
Yeah,
That's
thanks,
the blind
everyone.
guy.
Yeah.
The one with the blind guy, and there's all manner of turns a bit dark, I think.
Yeah.
Apparently a very, very good movie. It gave me Matt Murdock vibes of Daredevil.
Yep.
But apparently a very good movie. We'll have to watch it.
Yeah.
The beauty is we've got all the time in the fucking world, provided we're still alive. We don't wake up dead, which is impossible, to watch these things. So we will get around to them bit by bit. We will. Question 4, Stephen.
Yes.
Is it question 4?
Let's go for it.
Has there been a film that had an impact on your life since Corner? That's very deep. Sin.
Yeah.
Has there been a film that had an impact on your life? I actually have to think
Well, you think, John? I can tell you
about
one.
that.
I can tell you one just now. Shawshank Redemption for me, and I'll tell you the reason why. It's not actually the film's narration or plot or anything like that that inspired me, because I don't want to go to jail for 25 years, but for something I didn't do. There's a line in it that I always remember and then try and keep it as my mantra, and it was something that Andy Dufresne said: get busy living or get busy dying.
Yes.
Now, I was working in a warehouse at the time, in the my early stage of my working life, and I was probably there maybe a little bit too long, and I was starting to consider, what do I do with my life? And I did see Shawshank Redemption, and that line, get busy living, get busy dying, has always stayed with me, and that's something that I always try to go back to. So it's not very deep or meaningful or anything like that, but it means something to me. So I think it has had an impact, because I don't know if it's made me a better person, but certainly in terms of my working life, I've progressed, I would say. And I can look back on that with fond memories from some of the great guys I worked with. But certainly when I look back on it, I don't want to go back and work in those conditions again. So that's me.
I don't know, Stephen. I don't know if I've got one.
Yeah. You were that interested in what I was saying.
Yeah, I've got one. Clearly, there's got to have been a movie, man. Yeah. But I'm just trying to think of one off the top of my head. You know what? I'll go with a completely fucking random one here. I'll just fling this in here. Just for the sheer bravery, and it's showing the bravery of humanity in all its forms. I'll go Sophie Scholl. German foreign language one.
Reviewed that, John.
The White Rose, showing you that this young girl or young brother standing up in the face of tyranny and just adversity, knowing that they'd get killed, they'd lose their lives, and still having that bravery. That tells me that that is inbuilt within all humans. We've all got that bravery if we need it. So maybe that did affect me.
Yeah,
that was a great movie, man. It was such a brilliant performance, and I'm obsessed with World War II.
Yeah.
In all its various forms, huge conflicts, tiny little human stories. There's always something new being discovered.
Well, John, with any sort of war, and certainly
the
World War,
for fuck's sake, the pianist Adrian Brody, that's another one off the top of my head, man.
I think
that was
anything
powerful.
That, during those conflicts can bring out the worst and the best in people. So you're absolutely right.
I'll change it to pianist, Stephen.
Yeah.
Just the moment, is it Thomas Kretschmann's officer? Adrian Brody's character, Vladislav Spielman, loses everything, loses his entire family. Man's destitute, hiding for years of his life, fearing for his life, plays the piano for the first time, broken hands. And obviously the officer, he meets the one man probably in the entire, probably more, but one of the few people in the entire Wehrmacht who was actively helping people with him, and he saved his life. And just the sort of double-edged sword of it, where your man, the officer, actually gets sent to a gulag after the war and ends up dying despite the attempts of Spielman to get him out. Just a powerful story.
I'll say another one, John. I think
music.
That possibly I think Ruth in the chat can relate as well, because it was Ruth that advised us on watching this. Was 96. I think it was just such a film that would affect anyone watching it, in terms of don't waste any minute on this earth. Don't regret anything either. It was such an emotional film, and I can understand why a lot of people cry at the end of it, because it's very poignant, it's very sad, but it's real. It's such a real ending to it as well. And it does remind you, don't waste a minute on this earth.
I love the reunion moment in that movie, where they create this sort of get together reunion party, and she's informed that he's there. the moment the silence, the air sucks out of the room, the sound kind of goes to nothing, and it zooms into her face. Trisha Krishnan, fucking incredible acting. One
of the best films I've ever seen. Not just Indian film.
Stephen, I'll literally put that up there as maybe the number one sort of romance movie that I've ever seen. I don't watch a huge amount of romance movies. I'm not really into them.
Yeah.
But that was the first movie I gave top marks to.
Yeah.
An Indian movie, and it was romance. So look, we says we're bitten VJ Sethupathi. We love the guy. I think he's absolutely unbelievable. A chameleon of an actor. Not one role he can't do. Trisha Krishnan's incredible as well. I think her daughter, I don't know if that's true. The younger version of her was actually her daughter, and it was a brilliant performance from that actor as well. I don't know her name.
Yeah.
Shawshank's one of my favourites too. I love Shawshank. It's just one of those movies. I was speaking about it. I was actually speaking about something else, another movie. I drew a comparison to it, maybe in The Fugitive. It's one of those movies that comes on the screen. You can maybe pop it on in Sky or something. You're halfway through, you stick to it. It feels like a nice comfort blanket.
Yeah.
You settle in, and there's just something about the palettes, the actors, the vibe, the score from Thomas Newman.
Yep.
You're just at home. You just sit in the movie. You're like, yep, I'll just watch this to the end. The Fugitive's the same for me. There's just something about those 90s movies.
Yeah, it's indulgence, John. It really is, and it's one of those ones you can sit down on a Sunday afternoon and just sit and crash on the couch watching. You've seen it maybe about 50 times, but it just feels fresh every time you watch it.
And I tell you, one of the tallest fucking casts in cinema.
Yeah.
Poor William Sadler looks like a midget.
And he's
man's like 5'8", 5'9". They're just giants, man. Morgan Freeman, Tim Robbins, your man... what's his name? Clancy Brown.
Clancy, yeah.
They're all fucking huge. They're all at 6'5". So the Black Phone. Have you guys seen Top Gun Maverick? I haven't.
No.
I need to watch it. I've not seen I've seen bits and bobs of the first movie.
Yeah, I've seen the first one.
I need to go and watch the first movie fully through so that I can, because I know it connects. There's lots of thematics joining. I think Val Kilmer's character's in there again.
Yeah.
There's lots going on. I think his son actually in the actual film universe plays quite a big part in the movie. So I need to go and watch the full movie right through, and then I'll go and watch it. I'm definitely going to watch it because it's grossed over $1 billion. I was speaking about Tom Cruise yesterday. I know you're not a fan of him, Stephen. I actually don't mind Tom Cruise. There's something about him. I know he's a bit zany, a bit eccentric, but there's just something about the guy's mentality, his attitude to life. He just lives his fucking life, man, to the fullest. The man goes in a helicopter, he loops the loop, he drives F1 cars.
Yeah.
He just does everything.
That don't impress me much.
I think he's mid-50s and he's still doing these action movies.
He must be hitting 60 now, John, surely.
Fucking unbelievable. So you've got to respect him. Black Phone, I have to fucking watch, man.
Yeah, we reacted to I think we've actually covered it in our movie news as well as the reaction we did. It's one of those films that intrigues me as well. Very X-File episode, Monster of the Week type thing going on there. Millennium as well, if you ever watched the Lance Henriksen series. Yeah. That kind of thing going on as well, paranormal. But in terms of Top Gun, I watched it back in the day, probably about 12 or 13 when I saw it. I didn't really enjoy it. I can understand why Sin's saying it's tons better than the first one, but I think so.
I think this is one of the few sequels that is actually better.
And who'd have thought that?
Crazy,
you know what I mean? Because Top Gun, regardless of what I think about it, it's one of the most iconic films from the 1980s. It's like bringing out a sequel to The Goonies, and it's better than The Goonies.
Yeah.
No one would think that was possible. Yeah. No one thought that about Top Gun, but certainly has knocked the ball out of the park.
And I keep using it as the example for why non-Marvel movies and DC movies and Star Wars movies can make over $1 billion at the box office. Non-Jim Cameron movies. If you make a good movie and it connects with the audience, it will make fucking money. Black Phone, I have to see. Ethan Hawke's came through a renaissance just now, and it's a horror movie. It looks fucking creepy. It gives me Star Echo vibes, where the dead are actually helping. They're trying to convey a message.
Yeah.
So it looks so interesting, and Hawk just looks terrifying. I need to watch it. Absolutely. The music in '96 was beautiful too. It really was, man. It really, really was. I loved that movie.
Yeah.
Just tragic, the character. Absolute tragedy.
Has your mum watched it yet, John?
She's not.
I think your mum would enjoy that.
I think
she likes a good cry
at
a film, doesn't she?
Yeah, I don't know if she'd be crying at a romance. I don't know if that's her vibe. Does she cry romance?
She likes Sense and Sensibility, so I would say.
I don't think I've ever seen her cry. Ever.
Put on Sense and Sensibility.
See, I've never watched that.
Yeah.
I have watched Sense and Sensibility. That's another guilty pleasure, by the way, for me. I'll ask you a question, Stephen. We'll get into this. Guilty pleasure of a movie.
Right, okay, yeah.
I'll throw a question in.
Yep.
Sense and Sensibility, for me, is a guilty pleasure. What a fucking cast. Alan Rickman, Emma Thompson,
yeah.
I think Hugh Grant's
in there, yeah.
It is an unbelievable
Colin Firth in that one.
No, it's your man from House.
Hugh
Laurie.
Hugh Laurie.
Yeah. Hugh Grant may not be in there, actually. I think he is in there.
He is, yeah. He's
it's a who's who of British actors, sort of theatre trained and not theatre trained actors. The setting, it shouldn't really
Jeremy
work.
Irons in there as well.
He might be, I think. I'm maybe.
See, anytime you mention Alan Rickman, I'm always thinking him, and I think it's because they're related through the Die Hard franchise, and I always get mixed up.
Well, we'll get into that in a moment as well. There's another question.
Okay.
We'll get into this. Three. I'm going to answer with three because I'm not picking one.
In terms of indulgent films, John, Independence Day for me.
Independence Day, yeah.
It's shite, it's absolutely shite. It doesn't make any sense. It's sci-fi. So
that's Will Smith. He's absolute pomp.
Man.
He makes anything watchable.
Bill Pullman is the president as well. He's a bit bumbling at times, but that speech at the end, as cringeworthy as it is, we all get hyped up by it. Today will be everybody's independence, that kind of thing, paraphrasing, but just something
Jeff
about
Goldblum's in there, isn't
it? Yeah, Jeff,
You can't get enough of that chest there.
Exactly.
And look, say it again and again. I've got the same personality type as Jeff Goldblum, by the way. I've done a personality test to check what my personality type was. I am the same as Jeff. I've got the same as Jeff Goldblum.
Yep.
I think. Have I? It's like a fucking ENTP.
Okay.
Apparently it's the same as Jeff. I may not be. I may be talking shit. But yeah, man, Will Smith. I love Will. Growing up, I went to see all the fucking Men in Black movies. I fucking loved the guy.
Yeah.
Watched Fresh Prince. Probably reruns, to be fair, because slightly before my time, but still the 90s. Loved Will.
Let's do another question, John.
Yeah.
We'll let the live chat build up, hopefully.
Let's see.
Guys, fire a question in there if you want. If there's anything you want to ask us, doesn't have to be movie related or television related, but anything.
Did we answer that one? How did you guys come up with the idea of making a channel on this theme or subject?
Who was it, John?
It was Amin Siddiqui.
Oh, thank you.
Amin sent a couple in.
Okay.
Huge fans of Collider, first and foremost, and just movie channels. We've always been fans of movies. I went to see my first movie in a theatre at the age of 4, 93. It was Jurassic Park. I've always been a huge fan of film as a kid. Loved it. Obviously it was more kid orientated film back then.
Yeah.
And I transitioned, but I was watching some crazy fucking shit when I was in 5, 6. Arachnophobia, Nightmare on Elm Street, Robocop. Absolutely loved Robocop.
Yeah. So
I've always been a fan of film. Stephen's always been a huge fan of film. I'll not speak for him though. I'll let him in with his thoughts. And we like to speak.
Yeah.
But maybe not as much as we do now back before we made the channel, but I like to speak. I can't shut up. Everyone that knows me knows that I can't shut up.
This kind of format suits us though in terms of community building, because we want like-minded people to come in and bounce off us, and we'll bounce off you guys as well. And obviously the likes of Ruth and Sin, coming in, we appreciate it, because we've got a lot in common in terms of what we like in terms of film, no matter where it is in the world. And I think in terms of the theme of our channel, it's always been about entertainment, television and film. We started off as an actual website, and we did that for a couple of years before we made the transition over to YouTube. The website is still there. We've got fine writers who are submitting their movie reviews, and you can check that out at movieburnerentertainment.org, which is I think one of the links that are in our description below anyway. That's what we did. Kevin, John, myself, we wrote movie reviews for about 2 years non-stop. Every day there was always a new movie review out. Kilters, almost. Not to want to go back there.
Movies I've not seen from that period because Kevin or Stephen were watching and reviewing them, and I just I can't watch it.
Yeah, I
need to watch another one.
So yeah, that's what we did. And as John
said, at you, Manchester by the Sea.
The Collider thing obviously did inspire us, just because it was one of those things that we couldn't believe that there was these sort of ordinary Joe Schmoes doing YouTube and talking about their sort of passion, and we thought, well, we can do that surely because we're passionate about film.
Obviously fans of Christian Harloff and Mark Ellis as well. Their vibe, the way they bounce off each other, they speak like normal guys, they don't give a fuck.
And when you throw in the sort of more, the
Chris
John
Stuckmans.
Schneps and the Robert Meyer Burnett's, who are from I think they're actually my generation, Generation X. When you've got the comic book nerds thrown into the sort of personalities of Ellis and Harloff, and then you've got the sort of professionalism of John Compare in there as well, and so on, as you said, John the Stuckmans and the Jans. Just, it's...
And look,
we can relate to them. We're not as good as them. We don't claim to be any better than them. Clearly not. But just something that we enjoy watching them. They inspire us, and obviously maybe one day we can be at their level. Who knows?
And I'll fling a name in. I know we like to slag them a bit at times because they're big and they get all the fucking views. But look, the real rejects as well, man, with the
John,
reactions.
I still love them.
Greg is a fucking character. So guys like that doing what they do.
And John on the channel as well is very knowledgeable. He's been on the Schmodown, hasn't he? A few times. And his knowledge for movies and television is phenomenal.
And the bold Jabby, just for
Jabby's incredible.
Industrious way in which he attacks YouTube, man. The man has about 5 channels.
They're
all successful.
They're all regional. That's why he does it.
He knows his stuff.
He knows how to break the algorithm, and he's done it very well, John.
And he's a very funny guy.
Yeah, John, you watch some of his non-reaction stuff. He's cooking
him
and stuff
and
like that.
his wife. Yeah, I think it's his wife.
Yeah.
They made a vegetarian curry for what was it for again? Diwali.
Yeah.
What to say?
I'll answer that one, John. I'll be very vague about it though.
What is that? The one?
This one, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you want me to answer that?
No. Anyone that knows us, I'll just have to say something.
One of the voice actors who works with us at Sound Booth Theatre tours with Jeff Goldblum from time to time. He plays the piano and she sings. He plays the piano very well. He's a jazz pianist. He's unbelievable. He's got the hands. Incidentally, I searched Jeff up. He is an ENTP.
Yeah.
If you know what that is, doesn't fucking matter. It's just a personality type. I've got the same personality type as Jeff, so bit fucking mental. But out there.
Avijan says Celtic or Rangers. This man here, and I'm going to put my hand here. His name's John Christopher Walsh. John Christopher, confirmation name? Peter Walsh. My name is Stephen John Christopher McLaughlin. We'll leave it there. Okay. You guys are
wouldn't have had to have asked that question if the courier that was bringing something today had just came a little bit earlier. They usually do. I was getting a top today. I was going to wear it.
Okay.
You've already got it. No,
okay.
It's coming later. A couple of hours time. Bastard. I had a choice of 2. I got the away one because it is a thing of beauty. Sadly, no sponsorless one though.
No, well.
Just have to rock with it. But yeah,
Vibav says you guys doing an excellent job. Thank you very much for that. We appreciate anyone encouraging us to continue doing what we're doing. Not that we've ever considered not doing it. John and I sometimes have those chats though, in terms of how are you feeling about the channel, still hungry for it, that kind of thing. Not that we're considering we're not hungry for it, but it's always nice to check in with the other person to see how they're feeling about it. Is it getting too much, the editing? Because John spends a lot of time at his computer doing editing stuff and all that with other reactions, the watch-alongs, which I don't take for granted, in terms of...
I've just spent £500 on a monitor. Yeah. So it's now a pleasure to sit in front of that monitor. A pleasure.
Yeah, a pleasure.
I've never been closer to that monitor. I thought my eyesight was going at one point. I was sitting so far away from the fucking monitors. It was like an eye test every day. Unnecessary eye test. Now I'm sitting like a normal person. It's changed my life. And it's curved, so it adds a little zest in when you're editing. It sped up my editing of that episode 4 for Sacred Games. No end. I rattled in no time. So yeah, look, we love the channel, man. We appreciate. We love doing what we do. We appreciate people like yourself coming in, man, watching it. All the people that watch the watch-alongs, all the shows, everything, man.
I mean, even the sort of more what people would probably see from the outside in, maybe underperform in terms of movie news shows that maybe getting around about 70 or 100 views. John once said, when we were a smaller channel, and we're still a small channel, but he said, if I can get 10 eyeballs or 10 sets of eyeballs,
that's what I would say,
on watching, a movie show, that's 10 people watching what we're doing. So it's always a buzz.
It's very hard, man. It's for people who want to maybe start up a movie related channel. Sin will know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Unbelievably difficult. There's so many huge channels. I keep seeing new ones every day. I'll click on something, it's like, who the fuck is this? they've got like 500,000 subs. So it's so congested, man, and they speak with American accents, so they are more accessible.
Okay, man, I'm going to react to another comment coming in from Ruth J.A. And the comment from Ruth says, it was a great doing the reviews with you guys. Had fun.
Ruth, we'll get you back on, man.
Yeah, listen, we always enjoyed it, and it was bizarre because we would be like nearer going to our beds when we were doing the review, and Ruth was just up. So Ruth had always the more energy.
Ruth was tired because she just woke up, and we were getting tired because it was getting late. It was like,
John, you see me slumping at times.
I never tire, never.
I do, but
I could have 4 hours sleep and I'm still fucking hopping about. I am a mentalist. By the way, did we mention I think Sinpoint? No, there you go. It's there. I asked her voice actress if Jeff is as quirky in real life as he seems in the movie. She said that he is. That surprised me, man. You see him in the interviews, he's a really personable person, though. He seems like a top guy.
Yeah.
I think I'd get on well with him. I think anybody would get on well with Jeff.
Yeah, he's a likeable guy. Yeah.
And chest hair. What more can you say? Everyone loves the man's chest hair. He's a meme.
Yeah.
Mummy, I'm a meme. That sounded a little limmy there. Let's bring this next question up, Steve.
Yeah.
It's coming in from Maria de Leon. Wow!
Oh, that sounds Italian or something.
Maria!
You've gotta see her.
Matt Reeves' sequel to The Batman will be coming soon.
Will it? Okay.
What? You've no more than us, Maria. Yeah. Who do you think will be the villain? Joker.
John, do you know something?
Joker.
I hope not.
Barry Keegan.
Keegan, yeah. I hope not. I don't want the Joker in the middle part. If they stick to what they've been talking about in terms of a trilogy, I don't want him in the middle again. That was something that I felt Nolan, although if he kept it as a duology, it would have been fine. I would have loved that anyway. And some might say that he probably should have done that, but I think the overarching thing for Chris Nolan worked well because of the Ra's al Ghul and stuff like that.
I think he'd have brought Heath back if he hadn't passed away, sadly.
Yeah, unfortunately, John. But I think in terms of villains, I don't know. I've seen people saying Hugo Strange and stuff like that. I don't know if a cerebral villain this time is necessary. We got that in the first film. I think someone possibly, and that, John, you might disagree with me here, but I don't want a Mr. Freeze, because it's something that Gianni was talking to us when we were doing a review, was that, the detective side of things will be thrown out the window if you get Mr. Freeze coming in, because anything that's frozen or cold, it's Mr. Freeze. You don't need a detective to work that one out. I'd like to see maybe a female villain in terms of maybe Poison Ivy or something like that. Something different. Just something they've not done before, but I don't know.
I think.
If it's not Joker, that is.
Well, Stephen, the way they were setting up at the end there with Selena Kyle, obviously the differences in personality. You're my friend when we share a common objective, but if you deviate from my objective at all, then you're an enemy. They were kind of hinting at that. It's maybe possible she may actually turn up and be a thorn in his side, but maybe not. Yeah. Like Barry Keegan, I don't know. I can see what you're saying with the Chris Nolan trilogy. He becomes the middle sort of thing, but the way they could work that is they could maybe bring him in and then somehow incorporate him and the Riddler into the final movie.
It's not ended. Puppet Master, yeah.
And there was lots of talks of, I think it wasn't a Killing Joke, but it was something to that effect where the Riddler and Joker were almost battling each other to be the man who gets to kill Batman.
Yeah.
And they were fighting each other, and it almost became like a three-way, twisted sort of violent love triangle, where they don't, no one wants to really kill anyone, but then they do. Batman has this no-kill policy. Joker doesn't ever really want to kill the Batman, and the Riddler sees himself in the Batman.
Yeah.
So it's all twisted and dark. I don't know how you could play that in. I don't know how you could do it. I don't know who the next villain could be. There's Lex Luthor. Is he not more of a Superman villain though?
Yeah. Again, cerebral again, John.
Yeah. But he's a detective though, isn't he? Yeah. This is what Matt Reeves has done.
Maybe that's what he'll stick to, John. Maybe Hugo Strange it might be then.
Hugo Strange? I don't know, man. You can't do Bane.
No.
Poison Ivy's just so much.
Too obvious as well.
No, there's just a high percentile chance that could flop.
Yeah.
You'd have to cast perfectly.
Yeah, I think it's been tainted because of Batman and Robin. Yeah,
I don't know who you could bring in. Honestly, I genuinely don't know who you could bring in.
Red Wing, I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Deathstroke,
yeah.
You could maybe go for a couple of minor villains who are more brutal in their nature. and then come back to the Riddler. Maybe they break Riddler and Joker out at the end of a movie, then you get that story in the finale. I don't know, but I'm looking forward to it, man. Matt Reeves, whoever he chooses, I've got complete confidence in this guy. This guy knows how to make a trilogy.
Yeah.
Anyone that's seen the Apes trilogy will know what I'm talking about. He knows his fucking shit. He knows how to stick the landing. He knows how to handle interesting characters and keep that humanity within. One of the things I loved about the Batman so much was it wasn't so much a Bruce Wayne story, but it had just enough little elements in there, and at the end you see the humanity within the character.
Yeah.
He realises this vengeance trail isn't working, and he's almost rebuffed in the water below, and he has his sort of fucking baptism moment and comes out. The way he handled that, I thought that was really, really cool.
Yeah.
He was almost like a Kurt Cobain.
Yeah.
Bruce
I
Wayne.
think as well, the
And that's
time
not a
period
bad
as
thing.
well, John, kind of signals that it's going to be, there's more stories to come as well. I think year 2 is just a nice little position to put that story in, because you don't want to have the origins of year 1 again, because we all know it, we've seen it time and time again, and I don't think you can top Batman Begins in terms of that. I think it's one of the most outstanding Batman films ever made. We talked about this in terms of the Nolan trilogy. I still can't separate Begins and The Dark Knight in terms of quality.
I mean,
Both
you've got
excellent
Liam
films.
Neeson in there as Ra's al Ghul. There's so much going on in there.
Yeah.
You've got Cillian Murphy in there as Scarecrow.
Yep.
Can Scarecrow maybe a shout incidentally?
Yeah.
You could maybe incorporate the whole Ra's al Ghul story in again.
It could work, yeah.
I just love the character, man. I've said time and again, Batman's one of my favourite comic book characters of all time. He's not really a superhero, and this is a great debate. Is he a hero or a superhero? He's not a superhero, he's a human. And he's a human with access to great resources, and that means you could be him. It's like Tony Stark. If you have the brilliance of mind of a Tony Stark, and you have billions of dollars or pounds, whatever currency you're dealing in, you could come up with that technology and make the suit. You could become Tony Stark. You could become Iron Man. I like the characters that are almost attainable. You can't fly and fucking rebuild the Great Wall of China with laser eyes.
You can't be a Thor,
You can't be a Thor. So I like the accessible characters.
Unless you're Natalie Portman.
I mean, but that's fine. We all love Natalie. I asked, no, I've already read that one out. Love that American accent of yours. Stephen has honed that American accent over about a decade of online gaming.
Yeah, winding people up on GTA, thinking I was American.
I mean, I like to do a little Southern American accent at times, and I try to almost become possessed by Norman Reedus.
From Dylan.
I do Bob Dylan as well from Duluth, Minnesota. 4 blocks one way, 4 blocks that way, and stuff. It doesn't make much sense, you know. Dylan's in Glasgow, Stephen. Dylan is in Glasgow in a couple of months. I am going to try and obtain tickets. I simply cannot miss Bob Dylan. Coming to Scotland.
I've missed him twice now, John.
No, we can't be missing him, Stephen. We have to go and see Bobby. As he's famously called in their circles. You can't miss Bob Dylan. He's a fucking legend. But look, watch Patch Yak. We'll have a look, man. We're always open. And we say that time again. Recommend down below. We'll have a little look.
We scan the comments when we're looking for content. So definitely.
Maybe White Rabbit from the Batman comics. I need to have a look at that, Roof.
I'm not aware.
I've got to be honest with you, man. There's so many villains. That's why I just default to Deathstroke, Riddler, Bane. Fucking, it's just the same ones I go to all the time. You need someone like Nick Cage. Was it Nick Cage? It was Nick Cage to come out and pluck out an Eggman or something like that. He's such a he has such a zest and huge knowledge for the comics. He's able to fucking pick these odd ones out, and he can make it work. True, we've given the entry level, but we were given the entry level Batman, which was nice to see. Batman is the only superhero. Everyone else is just alien. Well, you're probably right, to be fair, when you say it like that. Technically, Kal-El is a fucking alien. So
that's a nice angle,
I can't even speak. Dylan in my head. Maybe Lady Shiva from the comics will be a good female villain to bring in with her martial arts background. That'd be a shout, man. Something that's similar to maybe a Selena Kyle, but you know what I mean, not get the sort of emotional connection that she seems to have with
Daredevil
Bruce.
type thing,
that'd work. Bring up the next question. Sin's Corner is asked, favourite horror movie. This is an easy one for me. Stanley Kubrick's The Shining.
I was thinking that as well, John.
It's got to be The Shining, I'm sorry, it's just fucking epic.
There's something about that, John, it's unnerving, and it's not your out and out jump scare. Well, it has jump scares, but there's more something cerebral about The Shining as well that leaves you unnerved throughout the movie's experience and afterwards as well. There's just something really creepy about it. In terms of slasher films, John, I'll probably go with The Shining as well, but in terms of jump scare slasher films, probably the original Halloween as well. I thought John Carpenter's 1978 classic certainly terrified me and my uncle at the time. We watched that when we were very young and couldn't sleep for days after watching it. But in terms of maybe as I got older, I appreciate films more like The Shining. Those kind of films I would have stayed clear. The Exorcist when I was a lot younger, because
I've still not seen
The Exorcist was actually banned in the UK for decades as well, just because of its sort of religious content as well. But I think, for me, The Shining as well. A fantastic, flawless horror film, thriller, whatever you want to call it.
Stephen, the intro.
Yeah. The music, John. The music's phenomenal. And I thought Doctor Sleep was a worthy sequel as well.
I love it. Kubrick's a man.
Yep.
Jack Nicholson.
Stephen King.
The Overlook, is that what it's called? The hotel.
Yeah.
Just the way it shifts, the disorientating effect. It's one size inside, one size outside. The techniques used by Kubrick to get the performances probably barbaric by today's standards. And just a man, a simple man who loses his mind.
Yeah.
It's just great. All walking, no play makes Jack a dull boy. It's just
iconic, yeah.
But then you look, there's been so many great ones. I like Mike Flanagan as well. The likes of Hush and stuff like that in recent times. Green Room.
Yep.
There's been loads. Halloween, as you said. Freddy Krueger haunted my childhood. So there's loads of great.
I mean, there's the obvious, as you
corny
said, John,
sort of horrors out there.
The sort of Stephen King ones, sort of stands out as well. But there is ones out there that are just totally disturbing, and I don't mean in terms of gore. I just mean in terms of the feel to the film. And it could be something that's maybe not an out-and-out horror, but it feels very creepy to yourself. I suppose everyone gets something different out of a horror film. But certainly the more obvious ones like Freddy Krueger films and the Jason ones as well.
I've never seen a Jason movie in my life.
I've seen
Texas Chainsaw Massacre as well, by the way.
Texas, again, it's out and out shock fest. I'm not really that interested in the Hills of Eyes.
Oh, you seem to like the Hills of Eyes back in the day. You went and seen that in the theatre, didn't you?
I regretted it though, John. It was
Jeepers Creepers.
Jeepers Creepers.
Initially good and then turned shit.
What was that one that they did in the early mid 2000s? The Hostel, was it Hostel? I think it was called. Yeah, just getting out the road to shock,
Avigan has said it's so long though. Yeah, but look, man, sometimes you just got to spend some time with a movie. It's worth it. You have to. Have you seen The Babadook? I have not seen The Babadook. Apparently getting remade.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. But I need to see that. Apparently that is fucking weird as well. I still have to see Doctor Sleep. You really should. Sin it. It's brilliant. I really enjoyed it. Ewan
was fantastic in it,
a brilliant job as Danny.
Yep.
And then also Rebecca Ferguson, the villain. It plays more into the actual Stephen King kind of.
Well, it's King approved, doesn't it? Yeah.
The sort of magical side of things. This ability to maybe see spirits and you can connect and stuff like that. That's not really. That was also the conflict with King and Kubrick.
Yeah.
Back in the day. They'd have fallen out, and he went and made Maximum Overdrive.
Yeah,
I'm gonna scare the hell out of you. Okay, I have my first pictures as a director, and you know what? I kind of liked it.
Yeah.
No, you didn't, Stephen, because you didn't make another fucking movie.
There you go. There's a first for us, John.
One. You've received 100 messages today with Restream. I think we've had that before, to be fair. Previous Q&As. What else have we got here? Yup, The Shining is the best depiction of cabin fever I have ever seen. Jack Nicholson was brilliant. He was.
Yep.
And you know what? As good as he is in that, and he is fucking good, I still maintain his best performance, if it's not in A Few Good Men, and I think he's unbelievable in A Few Good Men, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest for me as well, John. That's one of those films that will leave you in tears. It's just such a sad film. As good as it gets as well. Another great film.
There's been so many good movies.
Even Anger Management. I thought it was amazing. But
you know what I love about Jack, Stephen? He just doesn't give a fuck. He's sitting courtside at Lakers games. Shirt's too small, belly's hanging over the trousers. He's just eating. He just doesn't care.
Yeah. Oh, John, we've got a comment coming from Twitch.
Yeah. Welcome in, Elusive Moss Wine. What a name. I've seen Jason movies. I mean, Statham's acting can be a bit off at times, but I wouldn't call it bad enough to refer to the movies as horror films. Well, there's a lot of Jason Statham movies which are horror in their nature, or they have horror within them, but it's usually his performances. that shock one where he has to shock his heart to keep running about. Please react to Salman Khan's Sultan movie, full movie. Again, we'll have to look into that.
Yeah.
Salman.
Yeah.
Never seen a Salman Khan movie. We know he done, what's it, Ek the Tiger. He's done lots of action movies.
Yeah.
He's a big, powerful unit of a man.
Yeah.
So we'll have to look into him. There's a couple we've not dabbled with. We'll have to look at. Sin's Corner, it says I could never be afraid of Freddy Krueger because Robert Englund was still just a sweet little alien from V for me. Sin, how old are you though, without asking your age and maybe offending you? I may have asked you this before.
John, Sin is not going to answer that because she never answered it in her profile on the website. So
you're older than me though, Sin.
And you never ask a lady her age. So
I know, but you're older than me.
Well, John, in terms
if you're of a certain age in the mid-90s when Nightmare on Elm Street was doing its thing, I was like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
That fucking haunted me, man.
Yeah.
It haunted, and then to make matters worse, I went to my mother's work as a young kid. She worked in a hospital, and one of her colleagues was dressed head to toe in the most realistic motherfucking Freddy Krueger outfit. This guy was chasing me around the grounds of the hospital. I was terrified of him. And then you've got Tim Curry's Pennywise as well.
Yeah.
Fucking haunted me.
In terms of Robert Englund, though, John, Robert Englund is a cool guy. And
brilliant.
I remember his character in V as well, the television series. Willie was his character's name. And my dad and I used to watch that. I think it was a Friday night. It was on over here in the UK in the mid-80s. And it was a great series, it really was. But again, I think that's what kept me grounded in terms of the Krueger character, was that I knew Robert Englund from another series, and it didn't terrify me as a kid. Red Rum, yeah, indeed.
Red
Murder,
Rum, yeah.
backwards.
Yeah, yes.
Do you live in Liverpool? No,
we do not.
No.
We live in Glasgow.
Life goes on day after day, ferry crossing Mersey. No, we're from Glasgow, which is just up the road. We've got a lot in common with the Scousers though. We do have a huge Irish community in Glasgow as well. We're obviously situated on a river as well, so we do have a lot in common with them. We do love four lovable chaps from Liverpool.
They have taken her away. You should never walk down Lime Street anymore.
Elusive says it was a joke about the Jason movies. I know you were talking about a very different Jason.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's still a horror though, isn't he? Thank you for the welcome.
That went over my head there. That whooshed right over my head.
Yeah. It's just as soon as I saw Stratham, I went, yeah. Every film he's in is a horror.
No, I don't agree with that. Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels, Stephen. He's in that.
That was his first movie, John.
Very good in that. I liked him in why am I blanking on it? Hobbs and Shaw. He had a great dynamic with Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah.
He does a couple of good things. There was one he played a sort of single parent in Midwest America. Kids getting bullied and he sorts them out. So that was okay. I mean,
was
that's
he
the
an
kind
American
of
in it, or was he?
No, he was sort of emigrated.
He was a geezer.
He was a geyser. Yeah. Like Jason always is. When I get our asses kicked.
The best horror story is Manchester United's downfall after 2012.
Yes, it is, but that's not a horror story. That is a euphoric, brilliant comedy.
I don't know.
I've loved watching it.
I don't know, John. You've got the black Manchester United kit from yesteryear. I think, yeah. Is it the black one you've got?
No, I've got the red one from 95.
Yeah. There we go.
96.
Yeah. Well, bygone era. But I think,
the fans are arseholes.
John, the club itself, and again, we're not going about this too much, but in terms of the club itself, John, they're so disconnected from the people now. They're just another entity. Yeah, exactly. They were a working class club at one point, but those days are gone. As you said, after 2012, untouchable.
Those days are gone. Period in football, sadly. Unless you go to the lower levels. I know my dog keeps farting. It's fucking horrific. You need to get him out after this. It's like it's just the most. It smells like death to me.
Yeah.
But football's just lost touch with its working class roots. I mean, even us, my season ticket price is like
it's getting
£600 which is fucking
it's going
insane.
To be a grand soon, but for the quality of football, it's not justified.
I'll not be there if it's a grand.
Ringtones World says, guys, how are you? We're fine, thank you very much.
Apart from dying of methane flatulence from my dog, not doing too bad, Well, I'm old, you guys. Old's just it's all subjective, son. I mean, how old is old? There's no such thing as old.
No.
Just live.
We're all young at heart. John, I said this, and I don't think Sin will mind me saying this. I think after we did the review back in December with Sin. Now, Sin, don't take this offence, because it's actually it's more a compliment more than anything. I actually said to John, I says, do you not think Sin looks like a Gyllenhaal? I think you very much look like you're related
Look like
to
Maggie
Gyllenhaals.
Gyllenhaal, yeah.
I
look
think
like
you
Maggie
do,
Gyllenhaal, yeah.
Which is a compliment, by the way.
Oh, listen, I wish somebody would compare me to Jake Gyllenhaal. I mean, he's pulled a lot of right good-looking women, so, I mean, Taylor Swift, for one. I think she wrote a song about him. So.
All right, okay. Didn't know that.
Yeah, I listen to Radio 1.
Welcome to E! Entertainment.
I listen to Radio 1, so, what is it? I can't remember the name of the song. It doesn't matter, but she wrote a song about Jake Gyllenhaal.
There you go.
There's not many men that Taylor's not been with. Famous men. She's been with a few. Harry Styles, your favourite guy.
Yeah, he's out and about. Yep.
He's nice. Nightmare on Elm Street started in the 80s, yeah, but I watched it in 95. I wasn't alive in the 80s, son. Tail end, I was toddling right at the very end. I don't class myself as 80s.
Toddled yourself into the 1990s, John.
Yes, into the 1990s. Look, it's borderline for me, the 90s.
Yeah.
But my memories start 95, 96, and
for
even
music
then,
and film, John, it was an incredible decade. It really was.
I don't remember much of it.
Yeah.
So I came, my first sort of proper, like, vivid memories are like early 2000s, MTV, fucking Cribs, the Osbournes, shit like that. That's what I can vividly remember. I remember the late 90s, mid 90s not so much. So, but I can remember Nightmare on Elm Street, watching it. It was etched in my fucking brain. I remember I was in Ibiza, the party island, watching it. I was drinking fucking Batman and Robin cocktails. I do remember. I'm talking shite. I'm talking crap. That was a non-alcoholic cocktail, incidentally. The alcoholism didn't start at 5, I must stress, and went into the 90s. It did indeed, son. Elusive Mosswine says, I have been watching all sorts of movies since I was a kid and they never bothered me. I am an Australian and spent time in Pop's farm growing up, so I was used to slaughter, so moviegoer wasn't an issue, and even as a kid I knew the monsters and such were fake, so I never feared them. Well, I mean, Elusive, being an Australian, it doesn't surprise me that you are not scared of sort of horror movies, because your entire existence in terms of living in Australia around these plate-sized motherfucking spiders, death everywhere around you, is a fucking horror.
It's like something out of Tolkien.
Yeah, you've got fucking Shelob chilling round the corner. You go out your door, there's what's she called again, the one from the fucking Unfinished Tales. Oh God, I can't remember. There was an even bigger fucking spider.
Still creeps me out.
I can't live with spiders, man. And by all accounts, the bird-eating spiders are very gentle. I know. Wow. They're not. They don't attack you.
They gently eat the birds. Yeah.
Fucking huge. They're huge. I couldn't live in Australia, man.
Yeah.
We've had this conversation with Ruth before. She stays in Melbourne. Apparently, not so much of an issue there with spiders. I think it's more on the coast, isn't it? Like the Gold Coast and stuff like that. I couldn't stay there, man. I mean, I'd love the weather, and I love the beaches, and I love the attitude. I just love the Aussies. I think they're fucking great, man. They're dead chill. They love their drink.
Oh, you say chill, John. When it comes to sport, they're not chill. They're very competitive.
That suits me, man.
Which will play into one of the questions we're going to talk about in a little moment. But Sin's Corner says,
I
really like New Nightmares. To me, that was the best sequel. I'll be honest with you. I've only seen maybe about 3 of them. I kind of fell away from it after probably the third film. I wasn't. Whatever one was the dream one, I can't remember. I can't really even remember the title of the film, but I kind of lost track of it after that. Johnny Depp's first gig, Nightmare on Elm Street. That's right, Ruth.
Was it? Yeah, was he in that? Yeah,
he wasn't
Johnny
drinking mega pints back then, but certainly.
Well, I think he was drinking.
I think he would have needed it with Kruger on his tail.
You see, listen, man, I watched Johnny in an interview from the mid 90s, early 90s, maybe late 80s. The guy was so cool, just unbelievable. I can imagine, just he had no issues whatsoever in terms of getting out and dating and just having a good fucking time. This guy, the perfect cut and haircut, just Batman jawline, unbelievably fucking deep dulcet tones, just an unbelievable guy, cool as hell. And it didn't surprise me, man, that he was in Freddy Krueger. I mean, that sums him up, doesn't it? That was the kind of shit. What was the other thing he was in? He was in another TV show, wasn't he? What was his first ever gig? It was a TV show, famous TV show. But I think he was drinking mega pints back then, that's my point. He was certainly meeting the likes of Jim Carrey, and they were definitely on the mega pints back then.
Yeah.
Guys, what's your affinity out of 10 to learn about a new sport called cricket? I dabble with cricket, man, when Shane Warne was rocking about with Australia back in the day. I was watching, I dabble with the Ashes. Too fucking long for me. 2020, I think it is, the shorter form's a little bit more palatable for me, but I've not got a clue, but I like playing cricket. I liked playing it. I liked smacking the ball.
No clue what you're talking about, so that kind of answers the question.
Yeah, 21 Jump Street.
Yeah,
that'd be about it, yeah.
0.
Out of 10, yeah, probably a 5 or a 6.
Yeah, not for me. Nah,
I don't mind it. It's not offensive, but I know it's huge in India, Pakistan, West Indies, England, Wales.
I don't like much sports Australia. Out of football, to be honest with you. I know you, John.
We're shit though. We're shit at cricket, that's why.
But you're more sort of got a broader range than myself in terms of sport. You watch F1, you watch golf, you watch tennis. I have no interest in any of that.
I watch golf, I watch boxing.
Yeah.
I'm into baseball, I'm into American football.
Darts, snooker. Yeah.
Darts, snooker, pool.
I prefer playing them than watching them, to be honest with you. And I wouldn't probably mind playing cricket. Actually, we played a short form of cricket in school, and it was enjoyable. But watching it, no, it's not the same thing.
Fair enough. My mind is still very childish, though. We all are, man.
Yeah, it has to be. Yeah.
Like Maggie Gyllenhaal, is that who you said? Yeah, Maggie Gyllenhaal. You get a touch of the Gyllenhaal, which is not a bad thing.
No.
They've not been blessed with bad looks, the Gyllenhaals.
No.
Elusive, incidentally, hello Raja for coming in. The Funny Foodie. Might need to click on that and see if you've got any videos. The Funny Foodie. I like food and I like fun and I like being funny. Although some people say I'm neither. Fun nor funny. Elusive Moss Wine, the spider you're talking about is the Huntsman. Yep, I know. Spider. And I have a family of them living in my house right now.
Yeah, I read this comment about 5 minutes ago, John. I was laughing.
The wonderful things.
I knew this would make you very itchy.
And I'm happy to have him. You see, huntsmen eat other spiders, including the ones dangerous to humans. When I hear them running over the floorboards, I'm nearly being sick there. I actually nearly fucking spewed when I said that. I smile because I know they've spotted a meal and they're doing me a service.
It might be you one day. But anyway.
Steve, have you seen these fucking spiders?
No, I don't really. I don't even want to consider it, John.
The fucking bodies are like this size, man.
No, I'm not having that. I'll never be in Australia. I'm afraid I'll never go there. It's not for me.
I'm not having it, man. I'm sorry. We get some monsters here.
Yeah, called haggis. Try to hunt them is a really tricky thing.
The spiders we get here are like this size. Legs splayed out, they're like this size.
Yeah.
Their bodies aren't the size of my full fucking hand. And they're probably the biggest motherfucking spiders in the whole of Scotland, incidentally, that we've got here. You'll know about it, Stephen. You had one in your house not that one week.
John, I took a photograph of a spider down at the end of my garden one time and its eyes lit up.
Yeah, the eyes, yeah.
It was like headlamps.
Get some big ones.
Maybe another question, John.
Yeah,
we'll
bring it up
here. This spider chat, because it's really giving me the creeps.
I'm actually sweating, and it's not through the heat. It's through the sound of a huntsman running across a floorboard. Why do you think a lot of people didn't enjoy KGF Chapter 2 as much as Chapter 1, Kevindu Sandeepa? I don't know. I enjoyed the two movies. I had issues with the first half of KGF Chapter 2 because it was a bit slow, a bit painted by numbers, a bit monotonous. It was connecting the first movie for me, laying the foundations for Sanjay Dutt coming. Don't know why I had to up there, but I did.
Yeah.
And then once he came in, Adira, I think his character name was, and it was a face-off between him and Rocky. That's when the movie became really enjoyable for me. KGF for me is at its absolute best when it's an out-and-out action. There's lots of bloods, gore, bodies flying about, brilliant sort of slick cinematography. You've got Yash walking in slow motion with a shirt not a hair out of place. That's what KGF stands for me. And KGF 1 delivered more of that. It was just seeing the rise of this guy in Bombay and him plotting his rise to the top. He's kind of lying dormant in these mines and then rising and showing his sort of hand, his ace in his hand. That was a more enjoyable experience for me. KGF 2 was let down by the first 30-40 minutes, but it's not a bad movie.
No, it's not a bad movie,
fucking 7 or something out of 10.
I think it's down to perception. I think it's down to anticipation more than anything. I think, the first film was so... would I go as far as saying flawless? Perhaps not. But a really good, enjoyable action film with a great narration as well. Narrative, sorry. And I think, the expectations and the sort of heightened exposure that KGF Chapter 2 would have got, particularly maybe in the Western world, I would say, more than in India. I think that it didn't perhaps live up to a lot of people's expectations. it was a continuing story. But John, it did have pacing issues. I think a lot of people probably had issues with that first 30-40 minutes as well, because it was more of a recap. Now, sometimes I don't think films need a 40-minute recap. Certainly, you've got to trust your audience. In terms of, I think it was only 2 years apart from us, maybe not as much as that, of watching both chapters, and I don't think we needed that. So people are perhaps watching it. I think maybe there was a 4-year gap, wasn't there? Was that a 4-year gap between both films? I can't remember.
Sure. I'm not sure, to be fair.
3-4 years.
Could have been.
A bit longer, but in terms of anticipation, I think that's where it probably maybe let a lot of people down.
Yeah, but I enjoyed the two.
Yeah.
We'll bring another one up, Steve.
Yeah.
We'll get into this.
Yeah, we're only halfway through, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. Favourite action movie? Sin's Corner.
Sin's going to love me, because I'm going to say it out flat out here. It's Terminator 2.
Yeah.
Judgment Day.
Yeah.
It's the best action film out there, and there's always this particular scene that I love. It's the sequence, actually, not just a scene. It's the chase scene in the first third of the film where you're going down those embankments with obviously John Connor on his dirt bike. You've got
the shotgun,
the T-1000 chasing, John on the big juggernaut down those canyons. I don't know what you call them, like drainage canyons, aren't they? And then you've got obviously the T-800 on his Harley, and as you say, John, the way he's loading that shotgun up with one hand is phenomenal, and it's just frenetic, But the whole film itself, in terms of obviously action and special effects, which were groundbreaking at the time, I think Abyss was the only film that did that, perhaps, but I think before, phenomenal film and a great sequel.
That's Arnie's absolute zenith, his action career. Just the fucking physical leather jacket, the size of the man, 7-time Mr. Olympia. Just you've got Robert Patrick in there, cool as hell, with the blonde hair, blue eyes, piercing blue eyes. He's strutting about in that police uniform, strutting about ball naked at the start as well. Just didn't care. It's just to me, they should have ended there. That should have been the end of the Terminator franchise. It should have been a duology and done. It's got progressively worse and worse and worse. So for me, I agree, it's T2, but Stephen Die Hard as well. Hans Gruber, John McClane. Get one of the best moments at the end of a movie. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Boom he goes. He doesn't get warned. The fear in his eyes. It's just brilliant. It took me years to watch it, and then I was obsessed. But then Triple R as well. Triple R, which we watched not long ago. Raja Mouli, this man knows how to do action movies. Fucking unbelievable action in that. Some of the best slow-mo action stuff you will see in a film is in that movie. And CGI tigers and stuff like that, just incredible. So that's probably the ones I'd pick. I'm hoping to upload my first stand-up comedy video this week. Please do react to it. I will put subtitles. I'll have a little look.
Funny if you do, definitely.
Watch Pushpa, a better version, arguably, of course, of KGF. I didn't like the rest, the last half hour, which was set up for Pushpa 2, but it's fine. Is that the one with Allu Arjun? It's like a sort of forest or something in the trailer. That did look good. I liked the logo as well. I loved the colours. I remember that we reacted to a song from it. It might not have got up, may have been blocked, but it was so colourful. It looked brilliant. Big Trouble in Little Chinatown. I don't know if I've seen that movie. You know that?
Big Trouble in Little China. I don't know if it said Chinatown in the title. I can't remember that. But
I don't know, man.
Kurt Russell and Kim Cattrall.
I've never seen a Kurt Russell movie. That's shocking.
It's that sort of mid-80s, isn't it? Big Trouble in Little China. Yeah, it's a great film, John. It's always repeated on terrestrial TV over there.
That's another one of my favourites.
That's our sort of council TV, we call it. And it's on quite a bit. I've seen it maybe 2-3 times. It's still an enjoyable film, and it probably doesn't get the love it deserves in terms of Kurt Russell's filmography, but it's certainly one of the ones that, in that sort of period in his career, I think it's overshadowed with Escape from New York.
Yeah, that's one I've seen.
So you can understand why a lot of people maybe have missed it, but it's a really good film.
I just think of the eye patch. And I think of Kurt in that sort of period. Kurt's a brilliant actor as well. He's another one. He can do everything. What was the one where the wife went missing? Breakdown? Tombstone? So many great movies with that man. Just a brilliant actor. And obviously his son now in the acting game and really doing well too. Wyatt Russell. Speaking of action films, have you seen The Raid? We have not. I have heard about it. I've heard because the actors were brought in to The Force Awakens and they completely underused them. Apparently incredible martial arts stuff going on in that. That's another one I'll have to see. Terminator 2, Sin agrees with you. You were absolutely right, Stephen. Because it's the only correct answer to say when you're asked what's the best action. No, you spoke about Predator, Rambo.
Yeah, I mean,
movies like that, RoboCop.
It kind of shows you how good Terminator 2 is, though, when it's sort of propelled above all those great action films as well.
I mean, that was like the golden era for that kind of almost B fucking movie, action movie that was making crazy money. Triple R is on. They had to modify that shotgun so that Arnie could work it like that. Such a cool shot. It really is.
Yeah.
Just, it's epic, isn't it, the way he flicks it? Just, it plays into the character so well. Then also John Connor, who for me was Terminator.
Yeah.
Before he get discarded for a random fucking character that no one cares about. He plays a huge part in that, Edward Furlong, and he's brilliant in it as a young actor. Triple R is on Netflix now. I didn't see it on the big screen when it was here. People have suggested that I watch it. It's a brilliant movie, son. Honestly, it's really good. Just go in with the mentality that it is almost like a Marvel movie.
It's larger than life.
It's larger than life. Yeah. Newton's law doesn't really apply like it doesn't in a Marvel movie. And just go in with that mindset and enjoy it. It's fucking great. It really is. Brilliant action. Ezra Miller is a master of technical work as a director. He just knows how to craft brilliant shots.
Big Trouble is a crazy fun ride. It certainly is. John, I would recommend it. If you like Kurt Russell, you will love that film.
I need to watch
and Sin says I did a reaction video to it a while back in regards to Triple R. Yeah, again, John, I can only repeat what you've said. Just check it out, Sin. You'll love it. Absolutely love it.
Elusive says I am an avid gamer and I love that the character from the Escape movies, Snake Plissken, is the inspiration for the central character Solid Snake from the Metal Gear series of games out of Japan. Yeah, I played the first couple of Metal Gear Solid games. They are brilliant. Yeah. Brilliant games, and also Solid Snake, you're right. Yeah. Kind of similar. Clearly inspired by it. Have you seen Drishyam? We have not.
No.
We'll have to look at it.
Yeah.
The Raid is insane. Stunning fight choreography. Heard that. We need to watch it. I don't know if Steven's
I've not seen it, John, no.
And we're into all that. We're into those kind of movies, so surprising we've not seen it yet. Stephen's a huge fan of Ip Man. I don't think I've seen a single Ip Man movie with Donnie.
I've not seen the fourth one, John, which I've seen bits of and it looks pretty good.
Considering it's based on Bruce Lee, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a mentor to Bruce, but they're fantastic films, yeah.
You get me into those kind of movies, man. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Amazing. They're absolutely amazing.
Yes, oh my god, totally underused. I was so disappointed with the Star Wars sequel trilogy. I actually quite liked the prequel series, except for Jar Jar Binks. I grew up with the prequels, man. Yeah. They were made for my generation. I can pick holes in them. I can say, look, the lines are clunky, the CGI is terrible. It's not aged well, although Phantom Menace and Revenge of the Sith, not that bad. It's just the middle movie for some reason. But there's still elements in those prequels that are miles ahead of the sequels. It's a strange one
for me, John, because in terms of the sequel trilogy, I liked The Force Awakens, I liked bits of The Last Jedi, and I just didn't like anything about The Rise of Skywalker. But out of the three films, I think as an independent standalone film, if you're going to section them off, The Last Jedi is actually the best film out of three.
Yeah, it's strange, isn't it?
Just because it goes somewhere it's not been before.
It's most original.
But it retcons a lot of the stuff that was set up in the previous movie. That's the problem. It's just a clunky mess of a trilogy.
Ryan gave us Force FaceTime though, so I can't even speak. I will be forever grateful to him for that. I'll just slow it down and become William Shatner. Yeah. What was I going to say? The sequels are a disaster. Disaster.
We could dedicate a whole day to talking about them.
Christopher Lee's in the fucking prequels. What more do you need to say, man? Ian McDermott, Hugh McGregor, and I like Hayden, so I'm putting Hayden in there. Go and fuck yourselves, all those haters. Hayden's cool, incredible hair, and a very tall man, but not tall enough to play Darth Vader. Funnily enough, did you ever see the Minal Mirali? I did not.
No.
What is that, son? Maybe you can educate us.
Yeah.
The lab fight scene in the movie The Raid is some of the best hand-to-hand combat I have seen in a movie in the last 10 years. We're going to have to watch The Raid, man.
Yeah, we're going to have to
maybe react to it.
That one,
Maybe fucking react
Why
to it.
not?
But we need to get really delve into some more Korean movies as well, though, because I just love what they do in those movies. And been a while. Yeah. Bring us up. Which one do you prefer, 1917 or Dunkirk? Tom Miller. I have not watched any of those movies in a very long time. Obviously 1917 has been watched more recent. Sam Mendes, brilliant director. Christopher Nolan, one of my all-time favourite directors. I am well versed in the Dunkirk story. My grandfather was a aficionado of World War II. I was the golden grandson. I was regaled of stories of Dunkirk, and I loved that movie. I loved people go after Nolan and say that his movies are soulless. I disagree. Go and watch Interstellar. Matthew McConaughey breaking his heart because his fucking kids have grown up, and the time that he has spent trying to get off a fucking planet because he's so close to a black hole.
Yep.
Watch the emotion in that scene and tell me his movies are soulless, that they lack human connection. But it was necessary for Dunkirk to have that lack of connection, that lack of sort of humanity. Yeah. It was a grand scale, 100,000 men stuck on a beach.
Well,
I love the way that he played that movie.
The isolation in the movie plays a big part to it, John, and the feel of it as well.
Hans Zimmer score.
But in terms of both films, it's a hard one. In terms of technical and visual, I'd probably go with Dunkirk. But in terms of story, there's something more personal about it. I don't know if that's the right word or not.
No, it definitely is more personal.
I think 1917 is a more personal journey for the characters, you know, and I just think, and some of the one shots, as you said, Mendes put into that, it was all sort of based in real time with very few edits. A phenomenal. I'm trying to remember the writer as well, John, the Scottish writer for
Kirsty Wilson-Cairns.
Yeah. The description in terms of
camembert cheese.
The camembert cheese, you know.
His hand went through the dead German soldier's back, which had the consistency of that with camembert cheese. I went and bought camembert cheese last Christmas. It did have that consistency, and it was fucking god awful. God awful. But yeah, George Mackay's brilliant, man. I love George Mackay. I've watched this guy in Captain Fantastic, a whole host of different movies. It was Captain Fantastic, wasn't it? Because there's one with Tom Hanks, and it's the Viggo Mortensen one.
I do laugh at the way that, I think it was on Netflix for a while, it might still be, the way that they're advertising it on Netflix is they've actually got a screen capture of Benedict Cumberbatch, and I'm like, he's on the fucking movie for a minute.
But he's good in it though, isn't he? Yeah, he is good. You've got some brilliant cameos in there as well. You've got Cumberbatch, you've got God, who else have you got in there? Irish actor. Why am I blanking on all the fucking great actors who play?
Yeah, they're all great.
They were brilliant though, man.
They were, John, but they weren't in it for a set
But we says you can almost spin off and do a spin-off movie telling their story. So there was so many brilliant sort of actors popped into that movie. And also Roger Deakins' cinematography. It was one shot in the main. Just unbelievable. He deserved to win the Oscar for it. I'm a huge fan of the two World War conflicts. I'm obsessed with them. But for me, it's Dunkirk. It's just get that more personal connection with my grandfather, telling me of the stories, the ships, the sort of human will to help out their fellow man, all the civilians getting over and saving these soldiers. How absolutely huge that was, because that was the British Expeditionary Force, or Army, the last of the British Army. They had to get them off to then fight another day. That was absolutely massive. It was a balls up from Hitler again. But look, I'll not get into that.
Yeah.
Fucking Stuka bombers, the attention to detail, the siren, the Jericho siren, the effect of it, just brilliant. I love the movie. Harry Styles was good in it as well, by the way. He's good. Minal Murali is a Malayalam language action superhero film. It was the first Indian film I did a review for on my channel. I enjoyed it quite a bit. We've heard a lot about Malayalam movies. Apparently they're brilliant, but more the drama ones. Obviously not heard of the superhero one, but we've heard that they are really, really good. I think your man, why am I blanking on his name? We reacted to one with Ajay Devgan. It was the second one, but it was the wrong one. There's an incredible actor from the Malayalam region, and I'm blanking on his name. Ruth, if you're still in here, can you save me? But he apparently is unbelievable. He's like the Brando of Indian cinema, and he's from Malayalam region. So we've heard of that region. Never heard of the movie though. Look into it. I was clueless, so I watched the prequels first and then the OG movies. Worst idea ever. Yeah, that was a bad idea. You should always watch the originals. They are by far the fucking best.
Yeah. Well, if you watch them in sequence and from episode 1 onwards, a lot of the surprises in the original film is going to be ruined because you know who Anakin Skywalker is and who he's the father of. So,
but still, there's no wrong way to do things. And the prequels aren't that bad.
There's no wrong way of doing it, but that certainly is the wrong way.
That's certainly the wrong way.
Okay.
Dunkirk feels raw to me. Watching it, I feel like I don't have any right to critique the movie purely because of the serious nature of the topic material. Yeah, I mean, I spoke about it at the start. I mentioned Sophie Shaw. World War II has just got so many great conflicts, so many great human tales, triumphing in the face of adversity. There's just so much to just tap into. I mean, Stalingrad, fucking so much going on, man. So much conflicts, the Battle of the Bulge. And Dunkirk's just one of those weird ones where it's actually a defeat, but it almost becomes a victory because they get out. And I think Nolan, obviously he's got that personal attachment to it. He's not used to doing historical movies. He's usually more of a sci-fi guy, or like one of those sort of fantasy kind of, no, maybe not fantasy, but he's like one of those sci-fi kind of guys, you know what I'm talking. He doesn't do like historical dramas. The fact he picked that story, I think, speaks volumes, and I thought he'd done a fantastic job. I love Nolan. Fucking love a guy. I love Tenet. People are shitting on Tenet. I went to see that movie fucking twice. Mahanlo is said to be the Marlon Brando Mahanlo. He is Malayalam. He's from the Malayalam. I can't say that word. It's starting to lose its meaning. Malayalam. He's from that region, isn't he, Ruth? I'm pretty sure he is. What are the two movies? I think it's like a murder. He gets framed for the murder, and then there's a sequel to it.
I think that was our first
we reacted to that.
To different studios doing same films type thing, and we
Ajay
didn't realise.
Devgan done a remake, and we reacted to that. I love Ajay Devgan as well.
Totally bamboozled us at the time. We didn't think we were doing anything wrong, but wow, did we learn
we've learned a lot about Indian cinema in the last 2 years, believe me. I think I call that, I know, the size of this t-shirt is fucking gigantic, man. This is a medium, by the way. This is a relaxed fit medium. It is fucking huge, man. Absolutely massive. I like that fit. As I says, I'm fucking loving the 90s, so I'm going back to the 90s. I don't give a shit. Fuck everybody.
Another question, John, perhaps?
Yes, we'll get into a couple of those live chat things in a moment. Is it this? Nope, this one.
There we go.
Favourite mystery suspense thriller, Sin's Corner. Favourite mystery suspense thriller. Oh my, favourite mystery.
I'm going to go with one right away. And I was thinking another Tim Robbins one, but I'm going to...
Arlington Road.
Arlington Road for me. I think there's something really unnerving about that film, and the ending will frustrate the hell out of you if you've not seen it. But it's an amazing ending, and it will wind you up something rotten, but
Breakdown.
Suspenseful. Yeah, Breakdown as well. It's another one, John.
JP Walsh, is it?
Yep.
Didn't you know he died?
Yep. I think that was his last film, actually.
Unbelievable.
He was in Pleasantville as well,
Flight Plan.
Yeah.
The other one where the people are getting sucked up into the aliens, and the woman loses her daughter or something.
Yeah.
That's fucking great.
Yeah.
The one with Nick Cage.
The Knowing.
Fucking love that. There's loads. I love those movies, man. I love them. That's why I'm looking forward to... I don't think Nope's going to be that kind of movie, but I certainly see the sister of the Kaluuya character, Daniel Kaluuya character, getting sucked in there in the trailer. So I'm kind of hoping it's going to be like that. I fucking love... I cannot wait to see that movie, man. I love Jordan Peele. So yeah, I'd probably go with Arlington Road as well. Yeah. It's just brilliant. Tim Robbins in there. Who else is in it? Tim Robbins?
Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges, the guy I always get mixed up with.
Jeff Cutters. I'll say Jeff Bridges.
I couldn't make it more than 30 minutes into Tenet. My brain broke. You see, I'm just a big brain. Check out the big brain on Brad. I'm just so invested. Look, Pattinson, man, I've just became a huge fan of Robert Pattinson over the last 3-4 years. And just this guy's career path is just unbelievable. So I'm going to go back and watch even more of his movies. And I've almost reverse engineered it from the casting in Tenet and Batman. And I just love Tenet. I thought it was brilliant. I just love the fact Nolan's one of these dying breeds of directors who will say, fuck it, I'm flying a 747 into an actual building in Latvia. What you got to do about it? And he makes it work. So yeah.
Yep.
Hello Josh, welcome in. Malayalam region, yes, it's my native background, that's right. Is it Kerala? I think it is, isn't it? Oh, I'd love to go to Kerala. I can't tell you how much I love sort of Kerala korma. Yeah. I don't know if that's a thing. There's that many korma curries. I just love Indian food, incidentally.
I just saw the name Josh. Just reminded me, we used to have a writer called Josh.
Yes, yeah. Horowitz. Finger Huts, yeah. Yeah, I can never say that name. Horowitz is a fucking critique. I think he writes for Collider. Yeah. That shows how many reviews I read. But yeah, Kerala, man, I love Indian food. Absolutely adore it. I want to try... I need to go to India. I have to go and try the actual food. I simply have to. I may lose my mind. Yeah. It may blow the mouth off me, because they certainly eat a lot hotter foods than we do. But I'm 2% Indian, and nothing has been unattainable for me in terms of heat yet.
Yeah.
I'm talking a sprinkled ghost pepper chili.
You want to do the...
I'm going to get the bomb. I'll buy it.
The challenge, though, what's it called? The Hot Ones challenge.
Hot Wings challenge, yeah. Nothing has fazed me. And it must be my great-great-grandmother's fucking genes in me, because I can eat anything. Literally anything. There was a buffalo wings thing came in McDonald's a couple of years ago. People were losing their minds. They couldn't eat it. They could not eat it. They were dying. I fucking rattled it. I'm like, this is nothing. It's a joke. So I'm going to go to India.
Yeah.
But a comma's a mild curry. I don't know where I went with that. Stephen makes a fucking tremendous comma. Aviyan has said India's star cricket player Virat Kohli just got out against England, and I need to go now because if I concentrate in the game, maybe for some weird reason we'll start winning again. Take care, guys. We'll fucking enjoy. I hope you beat England.
Yeah.
No harm to England. But I want them to lose in every fucking sport they're in because they are completely unbearable when they win.
Yeah.
And I'm 2% Indian.
Since Connor says, oh yeah, nope, I got my ticket for that as soon as it went on sale. Gonna see it this week. Yeah, I think we'll go and see it as well, John. I think it's not out here till August though.
No, it must be out surely.
I'm pretty sure, John. Maybe I'm thinking of another movie that
I'm actually going to see it. I'm going to see it.
But we will, yeah, definitely going to see it.
100% going to see that.
Rada the funny foodie says, call me crazy, but I felt the cinematography was underwhelming in Pattinson's Batman. I also felt that the Riddler as a character was slightly underutilised towards the end. I think you know the narration of the films more to the end was more about focusing on the Batman character and his change more than anything, from being that elusive detective into full-blown symbol for the city, you know.
And it was Riddler's influence on Batman as well. You could see they'd shared the same lifestyles, they'd shared the same experiences. One had deviated and became a sort of a beacon for good, one had became a beacon for evil. So it was almost that influence on Batman for me. That's where they went with the Riddler, the interrogation scene. That's what shocked Batman. He realised, fucking hell, what have I done? This vengeance thing is actually, it's had a positive impact because the criminals fear me, but then it's inspired a whole wacko generation of other people hiding in the shadows. So for me, I enjoyed it personally, but I can understand why some people maybe didn't like it so much. But I'm going to bring up the next question.
Yeah.
Will you guys go and see an Indian film in the theatre? Kishnan Sarathi. Absolutely. Yeah. The only reason we didn't the last time is because all the movies came out at the same fucking time, and I was battling norovirus.
Yeah, the norovirus. Yeah, both of us. Yeah,
fucking dying. It was worse than COVID.
I gave it to John, I think,
and then Stephen got it again.
Yeah, I had it twice. Yeah, because John, as you recall,
your family, man.
It was round about the time that Doctor Strange 2 came out, and we were intending to do a review with Sin, and I wasn't well that first week that we were going to do it, so we couldn't do it. And then you took no well.
I just didn't bother going.
And then I took no
I've
well.
I've still not seen Doctor Strange, man.
So it was a 3-4 week period where both of us were very unwell. So
you know, it's almost, Stephen, I almost associate illness with certain things and don't get near it. We had MBE cups when we get COVID. That's I have never used them again. I get norovirus and I almost associate it with Doctor Strange. I've not watched it. I've still not watched it. I need to go and watch it, man. I have to watch it, even if it's not good. I need to watch it. But absolutely, I'd go and watch an Indian movie in the theatre. We've got a huge Indian community here, so it'd be great to experience, man, if they're well up for it. And just experience a movie with a different culture, in a sense, subculture. It'd be fucking brilliant. Elusive says almost 1 AM here, so I got a dash, gents, but it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for coming in and firing some questions in.
Appreciate anyone on Twitch watching us.
Absolutely, brilliant. We don't get enough. And look, if you're followed over there, and I don't want to be presumptive, apologies if I've not thanked you, or Steven's not thanked you. I have not got a clue about alerts and how to set alerts up on Twitch. I've been raided before doing live shows, and I've not had a fucking clue. I've just seen the numbers spike, and I'm like, oh, there you go, been raided, thank you very much. Not got a clue, man, so I'm going to have to sort that in case there's people doing things.
Yeah, and we're not thanking them.
And we're not thanking them. We appreciate anybody coming in, commenting, maybe hitting falls and subbing.
That's why
like
we need
YouTube.
We need a producer. Yeah,
we do.
Someone that can keep an eye on both channels at the same time.
It's meant to be me, but
you can't do that and host.
I waffle too much. Yeah, exactly.
Anyway,
favourite comedy?
I think you mentioned
Sin's Corner. Favourite? Did
I think. Well, you mentioned one of them, John. I would certainly say Dumb and Dumber is certainly one of them. Anything with Jim Carrey in terms of comedy is up there. But there's something about Dumb and Dumber. There's this sort of gag every 15 seconds in Dumb and Dumber, which is more suited to a sort of 20-minute Simpsons episode, that sort of format that shouldn't work in film, but certainly, you know, the Farley brothers nailed it. You know, they hit the ball out of the park with that. Putting Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels together as well was something that I didn't think I would.
He was more drama, wasn't he, Jeff?
Yeah, just didn't think it would work. You know, but there's something about that movie. It's just, I go back to that's another one I go back to nearly every year, and still get the same pleasure out of it, laugh out loud
And
moments.
it's generational, Stephen.
Yeah.
Obviously, your daughter, my niece.
Yeah, she loves it.
9 years old, absolutely loves it.
Yeah.
So that shows you it's generational. If you make a good movie, it will connect with multiple generations of people, and that's what Dumb and Dumber is for me.
But then you've got National Lampoon's Vacation.
Oh yeah.
You know, Chevy Chase on his day was one of the greatest comedic actors of his generation. You know, along with Steve Martin and along with John Candy. You know, and I think just that format as well, putting somebody like Chevy Chase in a family orientated movie in a claustrophobic environment just works so well for that kind of character, and his performance well, what he can bring to that character, just the Griswolds as a whole. His name is Clark, I think.
Yeah.
Just what the dynamics between the four of them in that car, and obviously the Uncle Eddie as well, which was fantastic. It was just a great film, another classic.
Stephen, Leslie Nielsen,
Naked Gun, yeah.
Airplane.
Yeah, Airplane. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Police Squad,
Police
the TV
Squad.
series. It was just a very talented man.
So Airplane just comes into my mind right away. No one can do what that guy did. It's just, I don't know what you call that comedy, but it is fucking
wacky, yeah,
wacky sort of.
Caddyshack as well.
Yeah, Caddyshack.
Yeah, I mean this
Adam Sandler movies, the likes of
The
Happy
early ones,
Gilmore,
the
The
early ones,
Waterboy. yeah, the early ones. Fucking Billy Madison, Mr. Deeds. I fucking
something
love.
about Ballymadison. It's just, and then you've got your Norm Macdonald in there, John.
Yeah, Norm, I love Norm.
You know, just that,
God, I love
just
Norm.
that Billy Madison, the sort of childish nature of him with the shampoo and the conditioner. Scene that cracks me up every time.
Back to school.
And the penguin.
Yeah.
He's hallucinating.
One of my biggest regrets in life is I'd seen Norm Macdonald in Billy Madison, but not been aware of him more before he passed away. When he passed away, I went down a rabbit hole, and he's just fucking one of the funniest guys ever. Just did not give a shit. Just spoke his mind. Nowhere was a no man's land in terms of jokes. And that's what all great comedians should be like. You should be able to take hits at everybody.
Yeah.
And the people who are getting pot shots flung at them or fired at them shouldn't be getting offended. It's humour. Obviously, there's some lines you don't go to racist stuff and things like that. That's totally unacceptable. But nowhere within reason should be.
Well, John, I don't know if you've got the graphics card or not, but I think we should have maybe a little break just for a couple of minutes.
A graphics card, yes.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know if I have got it.
Well, we'll take a little break, but if you've not, I don't know what we'll do, because I really do need to
get intros.
Nip to the John, as I say.
The Johns.
Yeah.
Hey!
Right back. So we'll be back in a couple of minutes, folks.
It's movie news though.
Unless John wants to have a little gibber with you, but I'll be back in a little moment.
I'll take a break as well. We'll be back. I don't even know, Stephen. What? Whoa! What is this then? I don't know what that was, but we're back.
Yeah,
we're back.
Thanks for waiting, guys.
Have we got a question?
Yeah, let's get into a question.
What question were we on? Was it this? We've done that one.
Yeah,
we've done that one. Wait for it. Hey! Okay. Were you guys ever fans of Red Dwarf BBC series? If so, favourite episode, Lorna Anderson. I think I delivered to a Lorna Anderson, incidentally. That name rings a bell.
Okay.
Fucking better not with that Lorna Anderson. I didn't like her.
But if it is you, we're only kidding.
No, you're still a bastard.
Well,
don't love it you anymore.
Unless you like Red Dwarf, that is.
Yeah, I mean, Red Dwarf. We fucking love Red Dwarf. Absolutely. We spoke about it before. So I presume they've seen that and they're just asking it to be difficult. No, we love Red Dwarf. We recently made a comment. I think it was Nodlod. Was that the name of it?
Nod No, yeah.
Nod No. But for me, my favourite episode is the Wax one. The
Wax World, yeah.
Wax World is the
from season 4, yeah.
But then there's so many, Stephen. You've got the one with the sort of monster eating the Vindaloo. And
Vindaloo, yeah, curry monster, yeah.
The angel and demon one where they go to a different ship. It's like the telekinesis straws or something, or spoons or something like that. Was it? Is that am I right saying it?
Mimosian, I can't remember what it was, but yeah, that was Legion. That was from season 6.
Yeah, there's so many fucking epic episodes of Red Dwarf. It's one of those great sort of clunky sci-fi shows that maybe will go off the heads of maybe a few younger generation types, but if you can see by the clunkiness, much like the Star Trek original series, it's just fucking great. It's great writing, brilliant characters. The cat, Smoke Me a Kipper, I'll be back for breakfast. There's so many brilliant.
John, for me, it was a staple diet for me and Kevin growing up. It came out in 1988, I think. Season 1. We missed it. We missed the boat in season 1, or series 1 as we call it over here. It wasn't until season 2, Queeg, the episode Queeg, that we kind of picked up on it and went, oh, this is actually quite good. And the only reason we did was because it was on BBC 2 right after The Young Ones, which is a great series with Rick Mail and Adrian Edmondson, if you've not seen that.
Oh, it's brilliant.
And I absolutely love Red Dwarf. I think Red Dwarf season 1 to season 6 is probably peak Red Dwarf. 7, 8, 9 and onwards, okay, but not as good as that period. For me, my favourite episode is probably I like Future Echoes. There's something really great about that, John, and you touched on it in terms of effects. Not that great, very cheap effects, but something about the storytelling in that was fantastic, and the way the actors, Chris Barry and your man plays Dave Lister, Craig Charles.
I always blank his name. I think he God, what was it called? Robot was when I think of him as well. For some reason.
And he's got a great taste in music as well.
Yeah.
I think that, or probably Stasis Leak, which I think were both from season 2. But again, I mean, from 3 onwards, in terms of quality, it does pick up. Season 6 being sort of the peak moment for that.
One of the best theme songs ever as well.
Yeah,
it's called
Outside.
Fun,
and the sun. Yeah.
Have you seen Drishyam? We have not.
No.
But we will endeavour to have a look and see what it's all about.
Check it out, yes.
Favourite drama, Stephen, since Corner? I'm going to go, is this a drama? I think it is. The Godfather.
Yeah.
It's a drama.
I would say so, yeah.
The Godfather for me. Francis Ford Coppola, Marlon Brando, Al Pacino, the late great James Caan, Sonny Corleone.
Well, John, in terms of epic dramas, I don't think you're going to get better than The Godfather, are you? But
Apocalypse Now.
I think you touched on a few dramas as well, which are probably more drama thriller in terms of breakdown and stuff like that, which are very dramatic in their own sense, but not at the sort of same quality. But then you've got the likes of Scent of a Woman, which is more courtroom drama. There's all very different dramas out there, but again, it's not a snitch,
but not a snitch.
But
you're building a vessel for seagull and snitches.
You kind of peaked there, John, with The Godfather. I don't think I could beat that. I mean, if I said anything other than that, it'd be like, the fuck are you talking about?
But again,
you
man,
don't know what you're talking about, Steve. What are you doing on that show?
No, but there's some fucking great ones, man.
Yeah.
You get back to like the 60s and stuff like that. There's some great In the Heat of the Night, kind of like a crime drama. One of my favourite movies of all time. Rod Steiger, Sidney Poitier.
Sidney
Poitier, man, he's fucking unbelievable. What a trailblazing actor he was. But there's loads of dramas, man. Schindler's List, another epic fucking drama. The Pianist is a drama. I spoke about that. Adrian Brody. Yep. You go to some of the Leo ones. I'm sure there's the Leo dramas. There's got to be. I mean, there's got to be, hasn't there? I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Is there a Leo drama? Fucking has to be.
Well, there's always drama in these films, John. But in terms of, I mean,
The Revenant. It's kind of a historical drama.
I suppose The Beach and that.
Catch Me If You Can. It's like a crime.
Yeah.
Kind of. It's not really a drama though for me.
Yeah.
There's loads.
There
Shutter Island.
Yeah.
A fucking Shutter Island mystery thriller suspense.
Again, it's I would put that into the sort of thriller suspense.
But the previous question.
Yeah.
Shutter Island. Love that.
Again, the list goes on. We love films, so it's very hard to pin down. It's like asking us what our favourite Beatles song is. But John, I think you nailed it with the first answer. I think Godfather Part 2. Let's dial up yourself what your preference is, but
for me,
I don't think you're going to get any better than that.
The Godfather one's better, I think. It's just, I mean, I will maintain to my dying breath Michael Corleone's journey, his character arc, one of the greatest transformations ever for a film character. Ever.
Yeah.
Just, he comes back from the war, clean cut, decent young guy, doesn't take anything to do with the family business, and what he becomes at the end, oh my god, unbelievable. Al Pacino was just dynamite. How did that guy not win an Oscar in '93? That is one of the biggest sins. People going about Leonardo DiCaprio. How the fuck did Al Pacino not win an Oscar until Scent of a Woman? All the movies he was in.
Serpico, etc. Yeah.
Unbelievable actor.
Yeah.
And his performance as Michael Corleone is just unreal.
Rain Man, John. I think Rain Man. You talk about Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
and you've got Dustin Hoffman in. Yeah, exactly. You know, Forrest Gump. You know, was that drama? I don't know. There's so many films, but I think drama kind of borderlines.
Tom Hanks movies, man.
I don't think when it comes to the genre of drama, you can really pigeonhole it. There is romantic drama, comedic drama.
It's almost like a sub-genre of other movies. You've got like comedy drama, romantic drama. Unless you maybe look into it. What was that one you watched, the Spielberg one? I never watched it. You've got Spotlight, that's a fucking drama. Those kind of movies are dramas. You watched one, The Post or something?
Tom Hanks and Meryl Streep, yeah, The Post. That was okay, yeah, it was fine.
Those are like dramas, out and out dramas for me. They are out there.
I was talking about The Post was the Western one, John.
Yeah.
I was talking about the one with Meryl Streep in it, the newspaper one. Can't remember what it's called.
Erin Brockovich is a kind of drama
I
as
would
well.
say that's more drama, yeah.
And I quite liked that. That was pretty decent. There's loads, loads, man. You could be here all day rhyming them off.
Yeah.
You just start thinking of more and more. You're like, oh, that one, and that one, and that one, and that one.
And that one for the question before, yeah.
So I just had my shot around. Fucking nightmare. Ruth says, I only watched Red Dwarf after enjoying seeing Chris Barry in British Empire, and I loved both the shows. Chris Barry's brilliant.
Fantastic.
We had actually the chance to go to Collector Mania, whatever the hell it was, up here to see him, then he pulled out, the bastard, and he only left Lance Henriksen, and it was either a toss of him or going to the football, and I think we went to football and it was a shite game.
John, I would have went to see Lance Henriksen, and now in hindsight, you know, it's one of the biggest regrets, that and not seeing Dylan. But
yeah, I mean, we've got a chance to see Dylan, we can rectify
Lance
that maybe.
Must be about 80 now, so
yeah.
So is
he
Bob.
Played the android, didn't he, in Aliens?
Yep.
Very, very well.
He was in Predator as well. Not Predator, sorry, Terminator. Was he in the Predator films? Was he in? I don't know. There's a question about Lance Henriksen being in those 3 fight. Alien, Terminator, and something else. Can't remember what it was. He's one of those rare character actors that has been in 3 massive franchises, and I can't remember. It was probably
he was in Aliens for sure. I remember that. Obviously,
it was obviously in the first.
He was
Terminator
in the Terminator.
Yeah,
he was in Alien v Predator, so that technically counts.
Well, yeah, that's probably where it comes from. Yeah,
he might have been in Predator as well. I can't.
No, I don't think he was in the original film. John can't stand out. He's one of those guys that you don't miss. You know, he just has a presence. But yeah.
Karm Yog, Stranger Things season 4. You're going to watch it here. We've not watched any of the other ones, so we'd need to watch the entire show, start to finish.
My daughter's watching it just now.
I want to watch it though.
I think it's because it's sort of that pop cultural phenomenon thing going on just now with obviously Kate Bush running up the hill and all the other
obsessed with
sort
80s,
of obsessed with 80s. They seem to think it was a great decade.
Dull and drab and shite.
Yeah. I was skint then. I'm skint now, so not that good.
But listen, I was watching Lex Friedman talking about this sort of, are we fucking living in a simulation, some shite like that, I can't remember. Very interesting, it's not shite, I take that back immediately. I like Lex Friedman, he's a good dude. But they nailed it, this guy nailed it. It's a sort of thing with humankind, humanity, it's like a bell chart, where they obsess over certain parts of history, but not really far back history.
Yeah.
Right now it's 80s.
That's a strange one, yeah.
And we're obsessed pop culturally, video games, fashion, 80s, 90s. Movies, TV shows, and obviously Stranger Things is part of that. But I've heard it's brilliant. I know David Harbour's in there. I love David Harbour.
Winona Ryder as well, yeah.
Winona Ryder. I've seen bits and bobs of the first one. I've seen the episodes, but I've not watched it. I'll need to get right into it. I play DBD. I love Dead by Daylight. Demogorgon's in there. I play Steve Harrington all the time with the sailor suit on. I know Nancy Wheeler, so I'm going to have to get into it. Millie Bobby Brown's a brilliant actor, so we need to do it.
Yeah.
But it's a commitment. It's fucking long seasons, man. Lance Henriksen was in consideration as the Terminator before Arnie was chosen. I don't think that'd work for me, son. I'm not going to lie.
It's very much like Tom Selleck thing, John, with Indiana Jones, isn't it? Or Kurt Russell's Han Solo. Just, as much as I don't mind Tom Selleck or Kurt Russell,
Christopher Walken is Han Solo.
Yeah, no.
It's true.
Yeah.
All of it.
No, it just doesn't sit with me at all. No. Ruth says 12
I'll
Angry
see you
Men.
in hell.
The original one was a good dramatic movie, mostly shot in one room. Most of them are, most of them are, Ruth, sorry. In terms of good drama, it's character driven. It's the way it's written as well.
John Hughes, drama movies.
John Hughes.
Is he a fucking thing? I've just made that up.
John Hughes is
the writer. That done
he did all the Breakfast Club stuff. And all that.
The day drama.
I would say it's probably it's coming of age drama.
Coming of age drama. I mean,
with humour in there.
He's done some great ones, didn't he? You guys definitely belong to which country? Scotland.
Yeah, Scotia.
Nova Scotia. No, not Nova Scotia. Just the Scotia. Scotland. We're from the west of Scotland. It's very wet. Yeah. But not today. It's very sunny and dry today.
Yeah, well, definitely.
Which is why we're indoors.
Well, definitely it wouldn't have worked for me either if Lance had been Eterna. Not with those ears. Yeah. Definitely not.
No, we're not. We're not English speakers.
We speak English.
We kind of speak English.
Yes.
We speak a dialect of English. Scots English for Scotland. I've got family that are English. I've got relations to England, but no English. This one, DCU Uber fan. I like what you did there. DCU Uber.
I said Cuber.
Flubber.
D-Cuber fan.
Who would you like to be seen as the new Flash Barry Allen? If we got a new Flash Barry Allen, is Ezra definitely been kicked?
Has he been kicked to the curb? I don't know.
The fucking guy that's
going to replace him, I suppose, would be the question.
The guy that's currently playing him in the Flash show, him, he's pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know. I
can't think of anybody. It's a very specific character, isn't it?
Yeah.
Has to be quite wisecracking, but there's also some depth to the character.
Hence why
he's quite
Ezra
smart.
get the job. But
yeah, I don't know if the transition from the TV actor. I'm blanking. Grant Gustin, is it? Grant Gustin, yeah.
I would say I don't know if I like him in the TV series, but I don't know if it would transition well over to film. I would actually, if they're going to do an unknown, just put an unknown in there. You know,
I'm going to quite research.
I don't think it depends. It really depends on what happens with obviously Ezra Miller. It doesn't
think
look good.
He's done. He's done. Yeah, he's finished.
It depends.
Grooming a 14-year-old girl, it's over for you.
Another question is:
has he been caught yet? By the way,
I don't know, John.
What the fuck? Maybe he is from an alternate universe after all.
How long has it took them to put this film together and distribute, John? How many years has it been? About 4 or 5 years now. They've been sort of. We might not see another film. We might not see another Flash film in its current DC universe state.
Here's one for you, Stephen. Harry Styles. I've brought a list up. Forbes. Harry Styles is on the list. The 28-year-old musician and actor can bring an alternative twist. Can this guy act?
John,
I've not seen this guy act.
I've seen him in a small scene in the Eternals at the very end.
Fucking act? Oh, that's right. It was an Eternal, yeah.
It was maybe a one line, and it didn't come across well. But Johnny, at the end of the day, I can't judge a guy on his acting. I can judge him when he's singing and all that. But
Dev Patel, still quite young, 32.
Yeah.
Fucking great actor. Good
Johnny
work.
Depp.
Lucas Hedges.
Get Johnny Depp in. Why not?
Johnny Depp, de-age him. Yeah. Absolutely.
Warner Brothers.
I don't know, man. Fuck, I know. Yeah.
Not going to happen, is it?
Didn't think about that there. Well, if it de-age him, technically
Yeah.
it's not Johnny. They can just say it's Johnny. Scottish, that's why you hard to catch your accent. Yeah, it's a nightmare, man. I mean, I can literally slow it right down like this as if it sounds as though I've had a stroke. I think that's what you have to do when you're Scottish. You have to almost speak like you've had a stroke. The critical drinker actually had a stroke, and it damaged one side of his tongue.
He's from Aberdeen, though, John.
He literally did. He had a stroke. I'm pretty sure he had something happen, and one side of his tongue's damaged.
Yeah. He's a great speaker, though.
He is a great speaker. Yeah. Everyone can understand him.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, we would really have to start talking like that, you know, a character from Chewing the Fat, you know, so that you could understand everything that we are saying. You know?
Just talk like Ewan McGregor. I can't do Ewan McGregor.
I
almost like an English Scottish accent, you know.
It's brilliant.
I've clicked on that. Question number 16. Fucking done that.
Yeah.
What's going on here? Let's just click on these so we're not repeating. Sin's Corner, what professions are you both in? Stephen's will be much more interesting than mine. I am a courier, a delivery courier. I deliver about 100 parcels per day, 5-6 days a week. It's got no ties. I'm very free. I'm a free spirit. I don't like authority. Which is why, again, I'm wearing baggy t-shirts. I'm going back to the sort of grunge, Kurt Cobain, Chris Novoselic, Dave Grohl era, where fuck you, I won't do what you tell you. Jake De La Rocha, is it, from Rage Against the Machine?
Oh,
that's very much me. That's what I'm like. Yeah. He might not have had a stroke, man. I may be talking fucking shite. I may be talking crap. I read his sort of biography. There was something about, I don't know. I may be talking crap. Maybe he just likes a drink. But it seems to me like he kind of slurs his words a bit. Yeah. But he's a brilliant channel.
The thing I like about his format is that we don't see him. You know, it's just the way he puts his videos, his edited videos together, and his narration.
Did you actually see him, Sin? Because what does he look like? I've seen his profile picture and he looks almost like Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, Tony Stark, yeah.
Does he look like that? Because he looks very fucking cool. He's got the sort of flicked up hair. Yeah, I just love his way. He's almost like a Scottish Chris Stuckman.
Yeah.
He's so analytical, and look,
funny,
and he doesn't sit in the fucking fence. He'll just see it as it is, and we need more people like that in the world.
Yeah, definitely. As long as they don't have a racist agenda, like some there that have YouTube channels.
Scottish people in the main aren't like that, though.
Professions. I'll not mention obviously my work, but my job is a digital content manager for media. That's as far as I can say. It's a very enjoyable job. I like it. I really love my work. So,
and it's perfect for what we're doing.
Yeah,
you learn a lot of things.
I do learn a lot.
You can pass them on, your wisdom on.
Yeah, I can't believe that Sin did an interview with us. Incredible.
It's brilliant. Yeah,
you need to link us up with that if it's out there. Sin.
Yeah, I'd love to hear that.
I'd love to hear that. Yeah.
What is he like? Tell us more. He doesn't look like Robert Downey Jr., but he often shows his face now on his live streams. I need to look.
Wow. Okay.
And see what he looks like, because I know he's got this sort of vibe, and there's a lot of hugely successful channels do it where they use the sort of editing, the video content, the images, and they let the voice do the talking.
Yeah.
Sadly, we couldn't do that. No one fucking watches.
No, our voice is the part that lets us down. Yeah. Probably in our faces.
Kermit the Frog.
Nick Striker. That sounds like a character from Roy of the Rovers.
It does. Striker. Welcome in. Appreciate you coming in and commenting.
Cool name.
It is a cool name.
Yeah.
Much better than mine. Very beige.
Yeah. Here we go. We're coming to the end of
Ash Carton.
Okay.
Do you think it is the correct decision to keep Ezra Miller in the Flash movie now production has been completed? Incidentally, I have corrected some of the grammatical errors. Sin, I'm going to get back to you here, and I don't know if it's on this one. It isn't, but I'm going to admit I put a U into favourite because I'm so anal. I know that's the American way of spelling favourite, but for me that's incorrect, so I put the U in. So I've corrected some of the things. I think that was a little bit different, the question, but anyway, what was the question there? Ezra Miller.
Yeah.
Do I think it's a correct decision to keep him?
Well, I think it's to distribute the film.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll have to?
Yeah, I mean they have to. The movie's done.
Yeah.
And he was part of the writing.
Yeah.
He actually done the script to save the movie, so it's done now. He's in the movie. You can't. It's not like it's Kevin Spacey and Billionaire Boys Club or whatever. You bring in Christopher Plummer.
Supporting character, yeah. He's the main character. It's a tricky one.
You can't fucking recast him now. No. So you're just going to have to bite the bullet. I don't think in terms of money it's going to make anywhere near the money it could have made. I don't think you can release it in the theatres and it's making $1 billion. He's just damaged goods now, Ezra, sadly. It's
sad, John.
Maybe a streaming service effort now. But yeah, Ezra's fucking... I mean, I'm sad about Ezra, the way he's turned out, because he's such a fucking brilliant actor, man. So zany and a big personality. Turning up to Comic-Con is like... is it Miss Toad or something like that? Just, it's a real shame the way it's turned out with him. And I thought he was good as Barry Allen.
Yeah.
So there was so much potential.
I think the first thing I saw him in was Californication, John. Very young guy at the time. Radio Clyde t-shirt. Obviously bouncing off David Duchovny, which I thought was a good matchup.
Yeah.
But you're absolutely right. I don't think there's any coming back for him as in terms of his career, obviously his life as well. I think it's not looking good. But he's done. It's sad, but at the end of the day, you've got to take responsibility for your actions, and you will have to do that.
Well, some of us do. What was his name? Bassist of the Rolling Stones? Bill Wyman?
I knew the name, I didn't want to say it. I'm not liable.
It's a fucking fact, man, that he's fucking, I think it was like a cousin or something, 15-year-old. He didn't get done. So there seems to, I don't know, some people have to take the responsibility for their actions, others don't. What was the other one? The pianist? You know what I'm talking about? 60s, 50s pianist? Underage cousin as well. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. There was a tribute act.
Great Balls of Fire, yeah.
Great Balls of Fire, yeah.
Jerry Lee
This is all allegedly, by the way, just in case.
Yeah.
No, but it's
Ringo.
not.
Ringo, tells that great story. Bringing written songs in to present
Jerry
to Lennon and McCartney.
Yeah.
He just rewritten Jerry Lee Lewis songs. They would be on the floor laughing.
Yeah. No, but yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame that he's went that way. But his career is done. It's over. But in terms of the Flash movie, not much more you can do with it, man. It's short. You can't take him out now, so they're just going to have to bite the bullet.
Yeah.
I'd have more sympathy for them if they didn't
John,
absolutely fuck over Johnny Depp.
Background. Yeah, well, this is a hypocritical thing that they're doing in the studio, isn't it? But in terms of personal, John, I've got to ask a question. Now you know the sort of background. Will this put you off going to see the film?
I'm not going to see that movie in the theatre. No, that'll be a streaming service.
But if the things that did happen with Ezra didn't happen, would you have went to the cinema to see it?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't be giving money. I can't give money.
Yeah. It's a shame, as you said. It's just it's an unfortunate situation. But
if it's on a streaming service I'm currently subbed to, then I'll watch it.
Yeah.
If it isn't, what will it be? It'll be HBO Max. I actually think that's coming here.
Yeah.
So I may actually sub to that because that's got some great content.
I think Netflix is.
Are they maybe in a bit?
Isn't it, so?
Might be in a bit of trouble. HBO. To be fair.
Oh, are they? Right. Okay.
I think they may be in a bit of trouble.
Disney will buy them out. Okay.
Fuck Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Christ.
We're going to be left with two.
I know. God.
Apple and Disney.
He gave me permission to react to the video of him recording the voice, but I haven't done it yet. I'll link the interview here. Also, he worked on an audiobook with our company, did a voice part.
Wow.
He's got a way of speaking, it's very unique. And he's got a great analytical brain, shall we say. Can understand that you have to talk much, but don't you think because of that you yourself don't get to enjoy the little moments, and sometimes you miss me because yeah, maybe
it's difficult, especially with foreign television, web series and film,
because we're always having to look down.
We're constantly, our eyes are going this way and that way, and we have to react obviously naturally, but it's just one of those things.
But you will be surprised how much I see. Believe me, even I have got unbelievable peripheral fucking vision.
Yep.
I have built this up over the years, being an arachnophobe. I can spot a spider in a darkened room. Here,
I think as well, if the thing is interesting as it is, and certainly the ones that we've reacted to so far, John and I are that focused, in terms of picking up things. And some people have said in the community as well that, from a non-Indian point of view, you've picked up on things that we haven't even seen, in terms of themes and messages and that kind of thing. So there's things that you're going to miss, there's things that you're not going to miss, but we're all different in that sense, aren't we?
Yeah. Calm Yog says, are you an entertainment industry for real, or is this channel like a hobby thing? It's a hobby thing.
Yeah.
We are the entertainment.
We're tonight's entertainment. Yeah.
Are you entertained? To quote a I'm blanking on his name.
Robbie Williams, let me entertain you.
Russell Crowe, the Gladiator.
Would we like it to be more than a hobby thing? Certainly.
Of course we would.
John said this as well, just talking about their passion and getting paid for it. Yes, of course.
Brilliant, But it's got to be realistic, sadly, with these things.
But it's nice that you've asked the question whether it's an entertainment industry for real thing. It must be to do with the presentation, John, in terms of the way you set thumbnails up, the way the screens are. But I think background lighting, camera work, audio, it's all there, you know.
These microphones are the bane of my fucking existence. Audio Technica, get your shit together, man. They drive me mental. You literally breathe on them, they start hissing. I'm constantly checking the audio, although not today, so it could be really bad. Ruth says, okay, sadly I'm off. It's 1:30am here. It was great so far. Thank you very much for coming in, Ruth.
Yep, we'll catch up, Ruth. You know where to get us, so catch up and we'll try and sort something out in terms of maybe getting together for a movie review or something. And
have a good fucking sleep if you're going to sleep.
Enjoy.
Sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite, as they like to say here. Sin says he did not show his face in our interview though. That's strange. Yeah. But hey ho.
Just before you ask that question, John, Sin mentioned about an audiobook, your company. Yeah, we'll have to have a chat about that. I'm interested to find out who you work with. Yeah. That's very interesting. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. 19. Why doesn't Hollywood make sci-fi horror the way they used to, a la Robocop, Alien, Barney Gumble? Get to fuck. Hey, Homer! There is no way you are having us on with that name, mate.
Okay, Mr. Gumble.
You are having us fucking
I think it's down to, I might be wrong here, John.
What did they ask? The way they used to,
yeah. I think it's down to certification as well. It's got a lot to do with it, certainly in Britain, where Terminator, the original movie Terminator from 84, would have been rated an 18. Now, if that film came out now, it would probably be 15. I think the days of 18 certified videos or films, I should say, are over.
Still there. They'll have to be fucking horror movies.
They would have to be really shocking to be an 18. I think that's down to conditioning, social movement in terms of that. And in terms of studios making them, they probably do still make them, but the shock value is not as it once was for society. That's the simple answer, I think.
Yeah, I mean, as a society, we've just moved on. We became more cynical. We became more conditioned to violence, video games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Apparently. Yeah. And there's real horrors going on in the world, which are more accessible now because of social media. Yeah. Fucking mobile phones and stuff becoming better. It's so 1990s. Yeah. Mobile phone, cell phone, phones.
Kids are so cynical these days.
But you can, Stephen, you can get, I mean, when Ukraine was invaded, I was seeing some fucking shit that was just unreal. Like burning corpses on the ground, everything. When you see that, there's nothing in like a horror action movie or anything, any kind of violence that can shock you. Yeah. Because I've seen it all, sadly.
Talking about Robocop.
And I didn't even go looking for it, it was there.
Yeah, talking about Robocop, there is a particular scene that had to be dumbed down. It was the ED-209 scene where it was getting tested in the boardroom and it wouldn't stop shooting into this guy who was holding a gun, who put the gun away. But it was firing into him and it was just getting ripped apart. That was actually scaled down because it was seen as too violent. I've seen that scene, the full version of that, not that long ago. And back then, I remember it just stuck in my mind forever. It just haunted me.
Yeah.
Now it's like, it comes off more comic book death than anything now. But I think that's, as we mentioned, that's just down to...
There was some violent moments in Robocop, there really was. The hand scene. Yeah. I think it was a moment he get blasted away. I think he get fucking took apart about 5 times.
Yeah.
There was some crazy shit. And look, society's just moved on now, man. I think they just... I don't know. I don't think it would work. Just times change. You can't make those movies the way they made them back then. No. There's just something about the practical effects, the way they made those movies that are different to now. We've seen it with the remakes, Total Recall and stuff like that. Robocop, they've tried to remake these movies and they just don't hit the same. They're not the same.
12 here, John. That was the one with Michael Keaton, Samuel Jackson.
Yeah, it was god awful. Yeah, our rating system goes up to 18. Yeah, it's like 15, I think, 18, PG-13, PG, U.
Yeah.
But you don't get many 18s now. I think the other reason is movie studios, they just want to get as many eyeballs, touch as many demographics as possible. And you've got Disney buying up all the studios, and maybe like Searchlight, Fox Searchlight's a little sub studio within. They do some zany different things, but even they start getting their collars touched and felt by the executives in Disney. Jojo Rabbit, it was making them feel uncomfortable.
Deadpool as well.
Deadpool. Yeah. they want to get as many people in the theatres watching as possible. And if you make a movie in 18, you're shutting off the young audience.
Yep.
And you're shutting off maybe the more, I don't know, you'd call them, the more like frigid older audience. Is that the right word? I don't know what the word is. Sort of the more like sensitive types who are older that don't want to go and watch it.
Yeah.
So they want to try and capture it in like a PG-13 or something like that and get as many eyeballs, because it ain't going to make money.
Yeah.
It's all about money. It's all about the Spondeelics.
Carm Yog says, what do you think about Japanese horror movies? Heard they are good.
I've only seen The Ring.
Yeah.
And it was pretty fucking good. But again, horror, man, it doesn't hit for me in my adult years.
It just doesn't really matter where it's from, whether it's from the West or if it's from Japanese. If it's horror, it's got to be made good, and if it's not good, then it's not good. It doesn't really matter.
I can imagine the Japanese are very fucking good at horror.
I think we've seen a few Indian ones with Ruth,
and
they were pretty good as well, John. I didn't get the jump scares or anything like that, but I think if they're made right and they're suspenseful and creepy enough, then you can do it. And as you say, the Japanese are very good at it, whether that be live action or anime.
Yeah, there's just certain subculture cultures that are just better at doing things, man. They just have honed it.
Yep.
Maybe it's just cultural influences, and I have heard as well that the horror movies are fantastic. Then you've got the Serbian shit, which is so gruesome, and it's too much. I wouldn't watch it. It's unnecessary.
That's the last one, John?
This is the last comment. The question sent in, and again, it's from Sin. We must thank you, Sin. You have fucking single-handedly gave us a Q&A here, and we do appreciate it tremendously. Number 20, what are your future plans for the channel? Grow.
Yeah.
Become more relaxed. Laid back. Because when we started this, we were miles away from where we even are just now. We were so uptight and fucking monotonous, robotic, terrified. And that was just audio. And look, I viewed myself as being a pretty good speaker.
Yeah.
A lot of people can't understand what I'm saying, but I'm very confident at speaking, more confident than most people. I love getting out and speaking.
Yeah,
I'm a good communicator, but I had a mare at the start.
Well, that was
sounded depressed. I was that terrified, and then we obviously evolved onto the video side of things, and it just made it worse. And then we moved into live by mistake.
Just after COVID,
it was COVID, and we just thought, fuck it, we'll go live.
Yeah,
and it almost freed us.
It did, John. It kind of liberated us a lot in terms of...
If you make a mistake, it's out there.
If anyone has followed this journey for the last 3-4 years, they'll see...
I hope you haven't.
You'll not see those first 40 episodes of our podcast, which we put on here, which were like an hour long. The movie burner hour, or whatever we called it.
Yeah, we committed ourselves to an hour.
It's so rigid, as you said, John, in terms of what our
fucking hour
delivery was. It was like reading notes and stuff like that, because we were just scared to make a mistake in something that was not live and could be edited out. That's how ridiculous we were.
I was spending an entire day writing notes down, so I didn't have to use my brain to speak.
Yeah. And
I just read off the notes.
And it's one of those things. It's progression, as you mentioned, John, and just getting comfortable with yourself. That's the most important thing. I think we've learned over the last 3-4 years. It's just you need to be comfortable in your own skin when you're doing something like this. We've seen so many YouTube channels that come out round about the same time of us, maybe a year after us, that burn out very quickly. And I think when they watch the likes of Chris Stuckman or John Compare and that, they think, that looks easy. I can do that. I can talk. It's not, and we are certainly not at that level, and we don't regard ourselves will ever be at that level, but we've got our own little thing going here. I think we're just about to hit the 16,000 subs very shortly. I think we're maybe about 20 shy of it just now. We really appreciate everybody that's subbed to this channel. This is only the beginning. That's all I can say. It is only the beginning. I think we're just building on something that we're very comfortable with in terms of what we want to talk about, where we want this to go. In India and Korea and Japan,
diversifying as well the content,
and obviously the Western world, and we're trying to do as much as we can. At the moment, it is mostly Indian reactions and content, and we do throw in the occasional Western one, but
in Korea,
but we'll get there. And it's a slow progression thing. We don't expect it to do anything overnight in terms of been viral or anything like that. Certainly some of the things that we've done have went mad, and it's very rewarding to see the reaction of people and the feedback we get from them and the subscriptions going up, but it's not the be all and end all of this channel. Certainly it's always been baby steps, and that's the way it will remain.
I mean, there's nothing better than if you've spent 2-3 hours editing something and you put it out, and then there's like 50,000-60,000 people have watched it.
That's incredible.
And most of them appreciate the content.
Don't you measure it in
comments.
football stadiums? That's what you say.
Yeah, I mean, like the last month we had 700,000 people watch our channel, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
For two, as I like to call us, pricks from Glasgow.
Shit kickers, yeah.
It's like we probably get more eyeballs in the last month, and I like to call it, that's not offensive, we get more people watching us in the last month than like Barcelona or Bayern Munich get in like a month.
Football.
No, but in a season.
Yeah.
It's fucking mad. And that's that's like the vindication of all the work that goes in, man, the editing.
Yeah.
Watching, a lot of people watch YouTube and I think they think it's fucking easy, as you did say, Stephen.
Oh.
They don't realise the sacrifice, the time it goes into making videos. Try to do it as high a standard as possible. The editing, trials and tribulations with copyright, it's hard fucking work, man. It really is. It's hard graft.
Yeah.
That's why we do the live shows, because they're very easy. We just sit, put the camera on and fucking talk, and it's easy. Straight.
Yeah.
Whereas the editing and the pre-recorded stuff's a lot of work is in,
as well. You've got to. I mean, my energy will dip at times. I think the times that we're doing our shows is to suit our working life, because we work during the day. So it's sometimes John physically, get into a show absolutely dripping a sweat just because he's just came off the back of a long shift. And the same for myself. I've been working mostly with my mind during the day, and sometimes it's just keeping those energy levels up as well, because you don't want to, obviously, people coming in and going, they don't even look interested. What is it they're doing here? They just try to make some quick bucks. Certainly not.
No. If we were trying to do that, we'd be doing other content, believe me.
Yeah.
There's content out there. We'd be rubbing microphones and whispering into it.
Yeah. ASMR,
We'd get like 500,000 subs in like 2 weeks.
Yep.
Because they all have it. That's what we'd be doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, look, Cam Yog says, I love your channel. I'm not much into reactions, but this channel I follow, we fucking appreciate it tremendously. We try to be very honest.
Yeah.
That's what we try to do. There's lots of reaction channels out there, and you can see it yourself, they're fake. You can see they're watching it, they've already seen it. It's false.
False creed.
We try to be very honest. We give fair reactions. If we don't like something, we'll say we don't like it. If we like it, we'll say we like it. Sometimes we'll not be as boisterous as other channels in my reaction, but it's fucking honest.
Yeah.
So you'll always get honesty from us. One thing with Scottish people, we might not be as lively as maybe Americans or our English counterparts, but we are fucking honest.
Yeah.
We're good honest folk. So you'll always get honesty. And we see that in the comments. People appreciate it. They'll say we come back because you tell it like it is. It's an honest reaction. And we appreciate that. We like the fact people can identify that in the channel. But look, I am absolutely dripping. You speak about dripping in sweat.
We've run out of questions, and
I
think you guys have you've been there all the way, hopefully. Certainly.
Currently,
what's that? Yeah, that's pretty hot for Scotland. 26
degrees here. 26 degrees. Going to be 29. No, it has been 29.
Yeah, I felt it at times. Yeah, but we'd just like to thank you once again for joining us, just on this Q&A. We certainly like doing them. We don't do them that often, but we don't find we've got any justification to do them that often because we're not a big channel. But today is proven that it can be done, and today is proven obviously that you guys enjoy them as well as much as we do. So we'll have to do more.
We will. Stephen, why do you look? I mean, I think you're sitting further away from the camera.
I'm in an angle, John, as well. You look. It's like Hobbit, isn't it? It's like
look like Gandalf next to Bilbo Baggins.
Yeah, exactly.
I have to stress to you here. I can't stress it enough. Stephen is much wider. And he's taller as well. He just sits back and he kind of slouches. Stephen's an extra large in a shirt.
Yep.
He's got a 44 in the chest. He's a monster. I am like a 40 in the chest and a medium in a shirt.
Shows you how relaxed I am, John.
Stroke a large.
Yeah.
And he's about 4 inches taller than me as well. So don't be fooled. Stephen's a big boy. But look, man's going round it up. We do appreciate you all coming in. Thank you very much for the comments. Every single fucking one of you. Sin says great live stream. Thanks. You guys, hope you both have a wonderful week. I will try. I'm going to be working in 30-degree heat in 2 days.
I'm on annual leave, son. I'm off for the week.
You lucky bastard. Stephen will be haunting me
Yeah.
with photographs on Facebook of
beer.
him out drinking beer and eating nuts and stuff like that.
And
I'll
try
be
to look
out.
after 2 wild kids as well. But
Yeah,
we'll
I'll
see how
be
that goes.
slaving my arse off in the heat. But it is what it is. That's going round it up though, man. Thank you very fucking much for watching every single one of these, man. We appreciate it. Thank you for all the questions, all the comments. But we're going to move on. If you've enjoyed it, you know what you can do. Sub to the channel. Hit the notifications button to get all of the notifications straight to your eyeballs for content like this in the future. We do everything, reactions, watch along reactions, live shows. We'll do live Q&As from time to time like this. The full shebang. You can also like the video if you've enjoyed it. Dislike it if you've hated it. It's all the same. It draws traffic to the channel. Thank you to everybody over on Twitch as well who's been over maybe watching there. We appreciate you too. But look, until the next time, we're done. I'm going to hit this. It's not be right back. We won't be right back. It's not working. There we go. Bye-bye, guys. Bye-bye. Leslie Nielsen. Bye-bye.